Down podcast episode 1 with me and
McGrawtism Inc.
Magorautism Inc. We've got a name change, lads, since the last time he's been on our channel.
It is official, that is the new name. I feel like it's necessary to build on. Happy Man was a joke in the beginning, and the joke has gone on a bit too long. So
Yeah.
we're trying to make it stay permanently.
And Magorautism was the name beforehand, right? Am I not mistaken?
That was the name of another one I had. That was a different one I owned, but now it is McGrawtism Inc. for this one.
Nice.
It will stay that way. So
I'm just taking a sip of my coffee.
Been a while since we've been on stream together.
It's been a long while since we've been on stream together.
In that meantime, we've gained numbers.
We've been... Whoa, what was that?
Not idea.
We have gained numbers on both our channels. I remember when we were both on about 30 subs at the same time. And now look at us.
I remember when I was only on 7 and it was just my college group that was a part of it now. 42 and the method.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 4 years now, over 4 years, and I'm happy with what I've built so far. If you accumulate all, I have well over 100, which is decent.
Oh yeah.
So if people would just be nice and just switch over to Magrawtism Inc. and get that high up, that'd be great.
That would be brilliant.
So, what have you been getting up to during lockdown?
Oh, I don't know, actually working on my channel. Streaming. What have you been getting up to? No, I'm joking. We were having a joke before that Kian's personal channel is way surpassing mine. And he hasn't uploaded in 8 months.
Well, no, I remember back in 2016, the year all. Me, you, TP Phoenix,
ECM.
Hunter Jord, now known as Oblivion,
Yeah.
and we were a big group, and then obviously the group fell apart in a horrible way.
I wonder why that was.
We've explained that many a time, go back and learn if you want. And I overtook them all in quick succession, because I remember the GCM was on 50 plus, and when I started I shot up really quick, and I overtook him and got to, I think it was about 60 within a few months, which I know compared to some is pretty low, but it happened. And right now I'm on around, I think it's 73, I think, 74, and I haven't uploaded in 8 months.
I'm sat here 10 subscribers behind, uploading 4 streams a week and 2 streams a week.
I promise you something is coming soon, I promise.
Yes.
It will be good, and it will be great. But what have you been getting up to during lockdown?
I have been what's it called? Decorating a house, basically. Absolutely stripped it down, stripped everything out of it, doing all the walls, doing the garden, doing the shed, and hoping to get it up on the market. So that has been my lockdown.
Well, lockdown has since took my job from me, and I've been doing other stuff. Well, not a lot, because obviously staying indoors, but I've been working on stuff in the house.
Yeah.
Working on the social life as much as I can, failing miserably.
Welcome to the club, mate.
Um, I mean, if we're going on about lockdown, um, there's been a lot frustrating me about lockdown, especially in the early days when we didn't really know what was happening and we're getting around 800 deaths a day, and when people were still going out.
Yeah, I mean, like with numbers like that and people that were still going out, that was ridiculous. You know, like did you see Brighton Beach? The day that it got announced, we finally got over 800 deaths a day, which was inevitable because the numbers were rising and rising and rising. Brighton Beach was still packed. Like Boris hadn't locked down, you know, like he put guidelines, and the only reason why they put guidelines and not rules was because when everyone died, the government can turn around and said, "Oh well, we told them not to." They were covering their own backs since day one.
Well, since obviously lockdown restriction, I've been easing, I've been keeping sensible, I've been going out, I've met a few people, sticking to the rules.
Yeah.
But before, I will say, I have been to the beach, but I went to Scarborough, and the place where I went right out, and I was there was no person within, it's been 50 metres with me.
Yeah.
So I made sure to stay away from people. It just stressed me out, people who think it's like, I know, especially the pub stuff really annoyed me as well when they opened and everyone just flooded on like the first day, and I just thought,
Yeah.
how bad is your life if
You need to
literally
be rushing to the pub. I mean, I have been, but I did not rush first day. I've been to Spoons once.
I've been
and
to a pub twice.
I've been to Spoons once, which was with my nan and granddad when I went to see them, and we went early on I think it was like a Tuesday, so no one was there. We had two drinks each, and then we was like, oh yeah, that was really nice, just because they wanted to get out, and especially with my uncle, that's one of the best places to go, because pubs are usually wheelchair friendly, you know, especially the Spoons in Grantham. And oh, go on, sorry.
I've been twice. The first one I went for an hour because my friend wanted to meet me and he had work, so I was like, okay. I had a non-alcoholic building lunch off work, because I had to organise a meeting that day. And I went the other day to watch Arsenal versus Man City in Cherry Willingham.
Oh yeah.
We stayed at distance from people in there. I met a Man United fan who was 88, and he was telling me about how he'd been watching United since before the Munich disaster.
Oh my god, what, before the Budsby boys?
Yeah,
That's mad.
He remembers watching Bobby Charlton, George Best, Nobby Styles, all the legends that were part of the club.
I mean, then he had the Giggs era, the Beckham era, the Scholes era. Like
he said to me, what was it? I think the thing he said was, ever since Ferguson left, I haven't had hope at this club. But this team right now, especially looking at Greenwood, there's hope again.
Yeah. I agree with that statement. I think this is probably the most promising signs of a football club for Man United since about 2013.
It's got good potential. We've got the best attacking force in the world right now. Well, not the best, we've got the highest scoring attacking force right now in Mason Greenwood, Marcus Rashford, Martial.
Well, they've all got over 10 goals, right? This season. Actually, I think
goals and assists. Yeah, they've got Rashford and Martial have well over 20 goals and assists.
I was about to say, they've got like 13 and 15 goals respectively.
Greenwood's just got his 10th goal in the Premier League this season. He's got 17 goals this year, and it's his first proper season. The only other names to do that are Rooney, George Best, and what's his face? I can't remember his name. He was back in day, but some big names, and he's now part of that club.
Well, Greenwood is the youngest player to reach 50 appearances for Man United, apart from Giggs. I think they were saying in pre-match.
Honestly, Man United played Chelsea the other day in the FA Cup. That is the most frustrating match I have watched all season. And I watched Man United put the under 23s and under 18s out against Lask, and we lost. Just the lineup made no sense as a striker when he's not a striker, and
he's a winger. He's an out-and-out winger. He will never be a striker.
I don't see why we didn't put Odion Igalo on, considering in cup competitions he has been a goal-scoring machine. The defence, Brandon Williams, he's shown potential this year, but he's still young. He makes mistakes, and he'll learn from them, but he's still making mistakes. Eric Bailly having a horrible head injury didn't help either.
No. That clash of heads.
I think that didn't do much for our confidence in the game.
No.
I mean, your club's been in a relegation battle.
We have until lockdown, and then Antonio's come out and just said, "Actually, guys, I'm still here. Why did he give away 45 million on Haller?"
Yeah, I honestly think if Man United somehow lost one of the three in the attack, I would happily have Mikel Antonio in the squad.
He's just been on fire. He's the only reason why we're not getting relegated.
For sure. Something else I want to talk to you about.
I'm going to mention something quickly. You know what my favourite battle today was?
What?
Johnson versus... Is it Williamson, the right back? No, the left back for you. Brandon Williamson, right? Brandon Williams versus Johnson today. The two young fullbacks English coming through. That sparked my attention.
Essential. I mean, Wan-Bissaka came on and he had the most interceptions on the pitch. He is the best defensive fullback in the league.
Oh yeah, by far.
Without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, him and Trent. Trent is the best right back in the league. But
who do you play for England?
Trent. Because he fits into the system. Because we play 3 centre backs and then 2 wing backs. Wan-Bissaka is not a wing back, he's a full back.
He is a out-and-out full back, yeah.
Yeah, Trent is more useful as a wing back. Wan-Bissaka is far more superior defensively, but Trent is far more superior attacking, and that's how people look at it.
Yeah.
Something I want to bring up. You've not been watching WWE recently, have you?
I have not been watching the WWE at all.
Neither have I. It's gone terrible.
It has gone to shit, I think is the right word for it.
I don't know what they're doing with Bray Wyatt now.
Right. Have I read this right? Alexa Bliss's sister Abigail.
Yep.
That would have worked in 2016. Why is Sister Abigail still a thing?
No idea.
Like,
Braun Strowman is now conflicting.
Yeah, I think what they tried to do, wasn't it, was something to do with the mixed match challenge, and Sister Abigail resembles I don't know. I can't even defend it. Sister,
Well, do you remember when,
Alexa Bliss's sister Abigail. Like, that's all you need to know.
well, do you remember when Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor were supposed to have a match? And
Yeah.
then Bray Wyatt was gonna be dressed as Sister Abigail, and then he got an illness, and then AJ Styles had to step in.
Thank God. Yep.
I can't believe they've messed up the Fiend. I really can't.
How do you do that? Honestly.
When he lost to Goldberg, honestly, I was so frustrated. But then, the next night, they gave him the angle with Cena. I thought, okay, something can happen. And then they had the match at Mania. I was like, ah, that's good. And it's just been terrible. It's just, my favourite guy in there, and he's just stupid.
Yep.
So stupid what they're doing.
You've got something handed on your plate, and you've still managed to fuck it up.
The only thing I'm watching right now is NXT. NXT is really good.
I was watching NXT, but I generally have not seen AEW, NXT, or WWE in about 2 months.
Keith Lee is now the North American and NXT champion.
I might start watching NXT.
He beat Adam Cole.
That's amazing.
I think he's going for a feud with I think it's Djokovic again, if that's his name.
Not Djokovic, but yeah. Djokovic is Dijakovic. Dominic Dijakovic, yeah. Djokovic is a tennis player.
I don't watch tennis.
No, neither, but I just know that.
Yeah, Dominic Djokovic. Dijakovic.
Yep.
Yeah, he's giving him the shot.
That's good. He's very good.
The match with Keith Lee and Adam Cole was fairly decent. It was a winner-take-all match, of course.
Yeah.
And Matt Riddle's gone up main roster, but they've had him lose already.
Oh my, Vince!
They've had him lose to AJ Styles in the Intercontinental title match.
Just give him the belt.
I don't think he should have got the shot in the first place, because
No.
AJ Styles is going to just win the belt himself.
Yeah.
I'll give him the time of it. I know AJ's old, he's in his 40s now.
43, isn't he? AJ?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, here's some big news. Taker's retired.
What's in that fully retired?
Undertaker has officially retired from wrestling.
He'll come back from Mania.
I don't think he will. Have you seen the Last Ride, the documentary?
I haven't, but I am planning to.
At the end, he's just like, yeah, that's it. I don't have anything left to prove now. And obviously he goes, never say never, but honestly, I have no intention of going back.
I mean, you know it's bad when Taker's turned his back on the company. Like,
Taker should have retired a good few years ago now.
yeah.
I personally think he should have retired after the Hell in a Cell match with Triple H.
I think, what was the one where he left his hat and gloves in the ring?
Oh, Roman Reigns.
He should have retired after Reigns.
Well, that's what he did. And then
Yeah, but then he came back.
Yeah,
It's like,
he did-
that
he
is-
did his best.
That is the perfect send-off.
What the documentary shows is he's watching that and he's like cringy. He's like, oh my god, I look so bad. And then he just looks at his wife and goes, I can't end it on that. I can't. And then a year later, he's like training, and then Vince is like, we do the match with Cena. He's like, I'll see, I'll let you know. And then it got to like 3 weeks until Vince's like, hey, are you doing it? And then Vince goes, He just says to him, yeah, I think I'll do it. He kept him on the rope from the Royal Rumble to that.
Could you imagine if you turned around and said no?
I know, all that build up for nothing. Because obviously Cena came out after the Elimination Chamber and was like, I'm gonna make a challenge for the Undertaker.
I mean, I really like that story because it was all about desperation for Cena needing to be on Mania.
And then when it finally came, the pressure got to him. He was like, oh God, what have I done?
A, what have I done? And B, I'm sat eating popcorn in the crowd with some fans. Like...
Another thing we should probably mention is what has been happening with our channels.
Yes. I'm gonna let you take the reins on this one. I'm gonna let you go first.
Well, obviously, had a name change. That was decent.
That was big, yeah.
That was big. I've filmed a new one. That'll be coming out soon. Plans right now. I've got a few ideas, but obviously it's very limited what you can do right now.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to work around that. I've got a few decent ones. I was gonna try and do gaming, but I did a few thingies and just I don't think gaming's for me.
Mate, you should stream gaming. I think that makes it better.
Never say never. I might do it one day.
Yeah.
But I like playing real life stuff, as you know.
Your real life stuff is really good.
I've also got a new thingy, Sinsel Promotions, purely based on boxing.
Wait, no way. After the stream, we need to have a chat. Are you there? Your mic is going fucked up. Unplug it, plug it back in. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Got a new boxing one. I've got.
Anyway, we need to speak after the stream.
We're doing.
If you're promoting boxing.
Well, I've done one on my friend Freddie Graham, who's an amateur boxer. He's got a highlight reel.
Where does he box?
He's in Sleaford.
What club?
I'm not too sure. I know he's under Takeover Promotions, who's run by Lee Swaby, who was very good. Well, not very good, but he fought some big names like Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora, Earthen Tepper.
Yeah.
Decent in the heavyweight division.
Tyson Fury, just a decent name.
He's a decent, very decent.
Yeah, some would say.
Got another one out on a guy called Omar Estrada Diaz. He's over in America. He's about to make his professional debut. I'll have one come out on his brother, Eric, who is already a pro boxer. He's currently 3-0.
Wait, are you working with these people or are you just doing promotions?
I'm working with these people.
Right, okay.
We've got a thing going, and I'm going to promote them, they're going to promote me. Also,
nice.
Omar's fight will be streaming on YouTube on Saturday, so when that happens, I'll probably be posting something about that. Saying, this guy, he's got good potential. I've seen him in his training. Jesus Christ, he is really good. So is his brother as well.
Yeah, we might be able to get you to a boxing event.
Oh, I'm going to one in Sleep when my friend Freddie has his next fight. It'll be a live reaction.
Yeah.
I called it Sinsel Promotions because I'm gonna do Like, I'll try and find a fight to manage. I've got someone called Danny Lewis. I'm trying to get in the fight, and
Yeah.
I think I've got him on a Sleaford card as well. I'm doing work on that. I found, my meme one.
Your meme one.
Yeah, McGraw and memes.
Oh yeah.
I put one of Bald Martin.
I didn't actually see that, but I need to check that
Uh,
out.
it's got 2.3k views.
Oh my god. Let's go,
I
kid.
know. I was in shock when I found out. I looked at it. What? What?
2.3k. How many subs did you trying to have?
Well, originally I was only on 14, and now
And
it's
now?
26.
26 subs in a video with 2.4k.
And again, it's been 7 months.
Oh, don't do that to me.
I just know how to bring in the numbers without doing anything.
Mad. Oh,
Um,
I think it's episode 6 of the WWE 2K19, or is it 20? Can't remember which one it is. But we have a video over 200 views now.
yeah, you did tell me about that. That's very good.
210
That is
now.
very good.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It's kind
think
of
the
shot
highest
up.
it has. I remember especially during when was doing our WWE thing, it shot up.
Yeah, the
I
views
remember.
on that was mad.
Yeah. Oof, that was
I mean,
brilliant.
we were talking about like ending the stream, and the video already had 70 odd views.
And
Which
the
I don't even
comments
get
would be going
anymore.
mental.
Oh my god, we averaged about 150 comments in our WWE streams.
I remember when we had 250 comments.
Yeah,
That was
that
crazy.
was mad.
I still remember when who was it? Someone started having a breakdown in the comment section.
That was that guy from America.
It was, yeah.
I
I
can't
mean,
remember his
obviously
name.
we got your friend Cadwell who usually comes and
Yeah, where is
watches.
he?
I have no idea. I'm looking at the comments. No one's in right now.
No one's been in it at all. Actually, I think one person joined it and then left, but it's a choice of
Um,
game, mate. It should have gone Ghost.
we the numbers will go up as the more we do this. I mean, we said we were going to try and make this a weekly thing.
Yeah.
Try as
I
hard as
would
we
say
can.
probably on the weekends. Because
Would be decent. This is a little bit out of the YouTube bit, but I have been approached by Sleaford Town Rangers, the non-league team.
oh yeah,
I've been essentially accepted as a youth coach for them.
a youth coach.
Yeah, I'll be coaching
Oh
their
wow.
younger sides, mainly under sevens and under nines, but
Yeah.
I'm going to be going for my coaching badges fairly soon. I'm going to be put on an FA scheme, and
Oh, that's mad.
my coaching career in football has nearly begun.
Yeah.
Got to start from the bottom. I believe that Brian Clough, he started at the bottom.
Then
Started
look
with
in.
He said you got to work with lesser talented people, then you got to work your way up. Alex Ferguson started off with East Stirlingshire.
Hmm.
Like, you got to work your way up. I don't believe in like Mikel Arteta who gets Arsenal in his first ever job. It's wrong that.
I mean, yes and no.
You got Carlo Ancelotti who's at Everton. This man has more.
Man,
How many Champions
2
Leagues has he
views,
got?
3 comments. Like that. Oh,
Joe Connors.
it was you. Big boy Billy. Hello, Billy, mate. Ah. By the
Oh,
way,
good
get
stuff.
get questions as well, because near the end of the stream we're going to do like a Q&A session, and that's how hopefully we're going to end all of our podcasts.
Yeah, the Q&A whenever we get questions in, really. We'll be
Yeah, I
answering
mean,
them.
Yeah, true.
I'm the manager.
That is
And
true.
all that. Yeah, I'm getting into the youth setup at Sleaford Town Rangers. I've been putting my name out there with all the local teams, and I'm looking forward to doing that in the future as well.
I would love to do some coaching. I just feel
Just
like
gotta
that
go
was
for
so
the FA coaching badge.
rewarding, you know?
Gotta go for the FA coaching badges.
Yeah.
They're expensive, but they'll set you up. Because
Yeah.
obviously there's FA level 1, 2, it goes higher and higher. Got to keep working on it. Got to earn what you want. Yeah, I don't believe in just getting handed it.
No, not at all.
What about yourself? How's your work been?
YouTube wise, it's been going well to be fair. We've been getting 20 odd views on each episode of the F1 career mode, which for F1, I think is really good. We dabbled the water with some new series, so we did A Way Out, which got 40 views in both episodes. With Drew, we smashed that whole game out in 2 episodes.
Is that the is that the prison game where you
Yeah,
escape?
yeah, yeah.
I watched Brad
Oh
play
yeah.
that with someone else, and that was, geez, that's a really complex game.
Oh, it's so good until the ending. For
I've
me,
seen the ending. It's sad.
the ending's sad, but we chose the wrong ending.
What do you mean?
So there's one sad one and one just boring one, and we got the boring one.
Well, obviously, I don't care about the spoiler thing. It's been out for well over a year, maybe 2 years now.
Yeah, it
Obviously,
came out 2018.
one of the characters lives and dies.
Yep.
Obviously, you've got the undercover cop, the good guy. But the weird thing about it is he's undercover, but you've been being friends with the criminal. So when he does turn on him, when he is the good guy for being a cop, it's almost as if
He's the
being
bad
seen
guy.
as the bad guy, and then the criminal is the good guy.
My reaction, because I was
There's
I
no
was playing as the criminal. My mate Drew was playing as the undercover cop, but obviously we hadn't seen anything. It'd been sat in my library for a year and a half, and I was like, right, Drew, I'm gonna buy you EA access for a month. You're gonna download the game, and we're gonna play it on stream. So yeah, that happened, and we had no idea what was gonna happen. Escaping the prison was sick. Like the escape in the prison part was so good, and then the like the double assassination, finally getting the guns, taking out, I can't remember his name, but the person that killed, well, the undercover cop's brother, and
Yeah, because Vince shot him, didn't he? And then
yeah,
the undercover cop was like, "Get me in prison. I'll get you this guy, and I'll take him out."
yeah,
But then he obviously like starts to like not romanticize, but be like friends with him. So he's a bit hesitant. So when they finally like, "Stop, we can just stop this," and then but they have to keep fighting. Which ending did you get? Who died?
the cop,
Well, the cop died.
yeah,
I remember the cop, just his wife, well, ex-wife, just gave birth
yeah.
and went to go see his son. And then when he dies, um,
I have to
the
go
mum was
drop
like
off
really sad.
the letter. The letter was sad. The letter actually kind of got me emotional because it was Vince reading out the letter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which is actually
Vince
kind of
was,
sad.
Vince was obviously very sad at the end, but then he got away with his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I tried doing a few playthroughs on my one back in the day. Tried a Life is Strange.
I
Minecraft
love
story.
Life is Strange.
I only got through the first episode. I just
Ah,
got bored of it.
I didn't, and I don't know why. Because I've played 1 and Before the Storm. I haven't played 2 yet. But 2's mad expensive. 2's like 25 quid.
I remember, you remember KM plays 195, don't you? No, the original known for the growth of the memes, what it is now. But
do, I think, yeah.
That was a gaming one.
Yeah.
And I did, obviously, a Life is Strange. I tried Minecraft Story Mode. That got boring. That was genuinely terrible.
That was a terrible game. I got bought it for Christmas one year.
I did
On the PS3. That's kind of what all Telltale games.
But I was meant to be the I planned it. I was gonna be the one who did the Telltale games and all that. I'd be the face of it. And then, honestly, now Telltale games doesn't exist.
It does, but it doesn't.
They went bankrupt, but they haven't stopped the games.
So the original studio went bankrupt. Then it got bought by, I think it was Microsoft.
Probably.
But by then, most of the lead developers had walked out and left the company. So it's been left with the kind of just anyone that Microsoft can get together. I think, don't quote me on Microsoft, but that's definitely how it worked. But yeah, what was your favourite Telltale game then?
The Walking Dead season 1 without a doubt.
Season 1 without a doubt, yeah.
Season 1 of that, it is my, second favourite game now, because Red Dead Redemption 2 will go over that.
Yeah.
The Wolf Among Us was amazing.
I was about to say, what's the most underrated? And for me, it's The Wolf Among Us.
I wouldn't say that's underrated. I'd say the one that I played that was underrated was what's it called? I forget. Hang on. Batman.
I have Batman downloaded. Actually, I have Batman in my library. I've never played it.
It's decent.
Yeah?
I think it's really good.
The problem is, I bought the whole Arkham collection before the Batman Telltale game because it was a PlayStation Plus. That's why I've got it in my library. But yeah, so I bought the whole Arkham collection a month before, and I still haven't finished the Arkham collection. So I need to do that first, and then I'll get round to playing.
That's got Mark Hamill's the Joker, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, such a beautiful, beautiful way of doing the Joker. Oh, it's amazing. We've got
a couple of. Hello, Ben, mate.
We'll answer Billy's one first, as he asked. Favourite music? See, I'm not trying to be like stereotypical. I literally like everything. Like,
I can vouch for that.
I can listen to like pop, then I can listen to 80s, then I can listen to like reggae, then I can listen to like some death metal tracks I like. I can literally switch. I like everything. It is just
favourite music. This is me thinking.
I mean, what's your genre?
What I listen to the most is probably musicals. But at the moment I'm going through like a 80s R&B, some Hispanic, some Latino R&B at the moment. Like I'm proper going out there at the moment. I don't know what happened, but yeah. But at the moment, the soundtrack of my life at the moment is Hamilton and In the Heights and Moana and Star Wars, all composed by Lin-Manuel Miranda, and I'm just listening to that on repeat. Oh, I'm Mary.
At the moment, I've been a bit of a funk rock guy. I've
I like
turned
it.
to Red Hot Chili Peppers, Green Day. I've started listening to them
Oh, I
more.
love Green Day. I love Green Day.
Green Day's great. You gotta love Wait Me On With September End, Basket Case,
Yep.
American Idiot.
American. I was about to say
So,
American Idiot.
American
What a
Idiot.
song.
Like, I didn't realise how much Johnny Test's theme song copied that song.
Yep.
Honestly, you listen to them next to each other, are near enough identical. We'll move on to Ben Wilson's question. What's your best childhood memory? So we stay relevant. We'll
Jesus.
do best. We'll do it while we was at Branston.
Oh, gee,
Then we'll both know. And we can talk about it.
I don't really have too many fond memories of Branston, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you know, I still remember how we met.
Go on, tell the story. It's funny when you tell it.
Right, so obviously I'm walking with my good friend Luke Wayman.
Waymar. Shout out Waymar.
Good old Luke Wayman, and I'm with JW Games as well.
Warlord.
And Warlord, yes. And I'm with Kelton Wardle as well.
Big up Kellen.
Jonathan. And I see you, and I get told, go say something to him. And I was like, what do I say? I don't say anything. So I sit down, you look at me, and you look like you've got the happiest face ever.
Mate, like, I've got a friend. No one else has talked to me. I sat next to Warlord in that morning in form, and he didn't say a word to me. I ended up looking across and talking to Rob Clark, who was on the table opposite. But yeah, you came next to me. I was like, oh my god, I've got a friend. It's finally happening. And what's the one word that came out of your mouth?
I pointed at you and shouted at the top of my lungs, monobrow.
And then ran off.
Yeah. And I didn't look back, I didn't know how sad you looked. I thought that's it. I'll never speak to him again. Until in year 8, we sat next to each other in French.
That was year 8. Because I joined in year 8. And then I think we had French. I generally think we had French. Not the lesson after, but the lesson after that, because it was a Monday. It was Monday after lunch. We had French.
We had Mrs. Card.
Oh God!
The woman who has since been fired from Branston
For cheating in GCSEs.
Yeah, for giving answers to those students in GCSEs.
Yeah.
So scumbag you are.
Yeah. She was my form tutor.
Get separated. And obviously, in year 9 with what was his face? Really
Tom Pash?
No, the teacher. South something or something.
Wait, what?
The teacher in year 9, when it was me, you, Parkinson and Travis.
Oh no.
What's his name?
Hodges?
No, one Hodges. No, one Hodges, I'll speak about him in a minute, he's a scumbag as well.
Oh no, I know who you mean. Really tall, lanky kid. I say kid, he was about 50. And then when the teachers came in, he would always used to speak to them in French and chat shit about us. In French.
What was his name?
I can't remember.
I can't remember his name, so we'll just refer to him as Southwell.
You're thinking Southwell, you're thinking PE teacher. Oh my god.
No, I think we'll refer to him as Southwell. And I still remember the time where he nearly had a fight with William. When he was talking in class. He never made eye contact with you while he was arguing with you. And then he says, right, I'm getting sick of you.
That's perfect.
And Liam just looks at him and goes, I'm getting sick of you too. And Sam just looks at him for a good solid 20 seconds before raising his hand. Just goes, out.
He used to bike everywhere as well, didn't he? He used to not. Oh my god! And then the next lesson, he moved me and sat me next to Logan Waby, which was even worse.
I remember there was a test, and there was 8 questions, and I didn't do any of the questions. I just ticked it already. It was right. He looked at it for a good 5 seconds and went, "Yeah, very good," and moved on. I got a credit.
You look shit.
I was really proud of it. I was like, this is
And
the way
then-
to work.
Oh my god, you weren't in my French class in year 10, were you?
I didn't do French. For
Oh no,
GCSE.
guess who I was sat with in year 10? Even worse than you, Harry Parker, Travis and Logan. It was me and Matt Richards in Mr. Hodges' class. Richards. I went to Ghana. Oh, where was it? Uganda. Yeah.
League champion when it was at the amateur stage.
Yeah. I used to swim nationally, but I'm allergic to chlorine.
Oh, that was great. He went in the pool and his eyes started smelling it. National swimmer.
It's so funny. I used to, me and Richard used to have a right laugh. Oh, so, yeah, can I say this story? Will Mr. Hodges find this video? Probably not. Alright, Keith.
I'll speak on Hodges in a second. I'll speak on it in a second, don't worry.
Well, so what happened was, me and Matt Richards decided it would be a great idea to find our teacher, Keith, we'll call him Keith because that's actually his real name, Keith Hodges, on Facebook. Which was going well. And then it kind of developed, and then developed, and developed, until we printed out, we must have used like a grand of ink. We printed out 2,000 copies of his profile picture and stuck it around his classroom and the French block. And then it was, here's this, and some twat, I can't remember who it was. It was one of the fucking teachers' pet went, "Oh sir, it's these two." So we get kept behind, and I'm waiting outside because someone dubbed him Richards and not me for some reason. And the guy goes, right, if you don't stop this, I'm going to get my 17 lawyers on you. And I'm outside like, oh god, this is 17 lawyers. And I'm sat outside waiting for Richards, absolutely pissing myself. He's in the classroom trying not to laugh, and then he turns his head round and I'm in the doorway, like, because we had our little panes of glass, didn't we? And he sees me pissing myself, almost crying with laughter, and he turns around and just bursts into laughter into his face. It's the funniest thing. That's my moment in school. That is my best moment of school. That is it. Okay. I don't know what you got on Keith.
I'll speak on that now. Keith Hodges, I wasn't there for this, but my brother was. My brother was taught German by him.
Oh, big up Lewis.
He comes into the classroom, and he's got a really big smile on his face. And everyone's like, "Why smile?" And he's like, "I've done one of those tests." And they went, "What tests?" And he went, "Well, I thought we need to take an autism test."
Oh no.
And he went, and turns out I'm quite high on the thingy. And he started making fun of it, and my brother just goes, "So, you know my little brother's autistic, don't you?" And he just apparently he sat right back down.
That's the words of Lewis. Oh.
Yeah, I think that's well known. I have autism.
Yeah.
If I was
Well.
there, I wouldn't have kept quiet. I'd have been like, Pedo, what are you doing? Keith?
Oh my god, he was, wasn't he? Him and South, whatever we've christened him. Sutcliffe!
That's it! Jesus, the amount of force that came out with. Sutcliffe!
Oh no. Mate, it's been on the tip of my tongue for about 5 minutes. And it just came out, Mr. Sutcliffe. Oh. I don't know his first name. Wasn't he married to some really young French wife or something?
Probably, I don't really care, but I don't know if he's still alive right now.
I couldn't care less to be there, but...
my final memory, and this is one that will feature you.
Oh no, I know this. We spoke on this before, but yeah, go on.
He was walking down the corridor.
Is it performing arts?
No, it wasn't. Oh, we can talk about some of the stuff there as well, actually. We'll go on to that.
I thought you were talking about the performing arts one with
No, this is still in the language area. Me and you were walking down the corridor, and I think Luke was
yeah, okay.
Luke said something to you. And you were joking around, and then you screamed at the top of your lungs, "I'll get all the effing women I want."
No, it wasn't that. I didn't say that. It was literally Luke was prodding me, and then I didn't say that. That was a different. I think that was a different time. But no, Luke was prodding me and be like, "Oh, have you sucked Josh Gill's dick recently?" And I went, "No, but I fucking sucked your dad's dick, don't I?" And then Miss Carr just behind us.
And then Mrs. Carver stood right behind you in the class. And then she just went, and then you looked so scared. Me and Luke were just stood there in shock.
But she was my tutor. That's why I was so scared.
The thing is, she said your name really loud, and then for 5 seconds we were just stood there in utter shock. And then she went, "Yeah," and then you just essentially ran in, and then me and Luke were like, "What's happened?" And then I didn't see you until the afternoon break.
Yeah, she kept me in the whole of lunch.
Do you want to get talking about performing arts?
Yeah, go on.
About
again.
A bad
I think this is your story to tell from the third person.
Well, it depends which one. Many stories.
There are many stories. I think we go for the sports hall and the door and Tom Pash one.
Oh yeah, TP.
I think that's the best one we've got.
Well, we thought it'd be just saying Arsenal, Liverpool being Chelsea 5-3.
5-3. Oh my god! I wish I watched that game.
Yeah. So it's me, you, and the lovely TP Phoenix, also known as Tom Pash.
Big up Tom Pash. Not for this story, but yeah.
We all find out that you've got a little crush on a certain woman we'll refer to as, we'll call her Chloe. Just Chloe, we'll just refer to her as Chloe. And
if Chloe's watching, or Bethan or Will, it's not actually Chloe. We're just to put, I know we're in the same performing arts class, it's not actually Chloe, it's someone else.
Yeah.
You could have chose a better name, mate.
Well, it's a simple name, I won't forget it.
No, that's fair enough.
And, well, we found that out, so we're walking down the sports hall, and then we look in there, and then she's sat in there with around 6 people.
Yeah, all the friends, all girls.
6 people all around there. Then there's all the like genuinely talented performing arts people in the one corner. Then
Yeah.
you've got the makeup ones in the other. So I say, I can't be bothered. Let's just go. Let's just leave.
Yeah, like we didn't want to go because we had to go practice in front of all of them, and it was like there's no point.
Tom's laughing about Chloe's like, oh, just because Chloe's in there, and then you're like, no. I start walking away, and I'm making half an hour corner. Then I just hear a crash and a bang, and the next thing I know, I see Tom running away. I see you face down on the floor next to Chloe. And I'm just in utter shock, and I'm like, what's happened? What's happened? You come running back, you're laughing your head off, just a bit embarrassed though. And I'm like, what happened? And then you just go, he threw me through the door! And I'm just looking at Tommy, just hyperventilating, going, like that, he's dying.
That is how our friendship blossomed, by the way, because said girl came and found me at afternoon break, because that was at lunch, and was like, oh, what was going on? And I was like, oh shit, how do I get out of this one? I was absolutely alone, like, I had no friends to bounce on, and I was just like, oh, like, we were just kind of, like, I can't remember what I said, but it was something along the lines of, oh, they just wanted to push me in to embarrass me. Just to throw me on the floor.
Hang on, this is where I'm angry about this. You said we. I did nothing.
That is true.
So when you said we, she went and told her friends, and then they went and told everyone else in the group, and then when we had to go to the IT room to do some computer work, me and Tom walk in, and we just receive hellfire from everyone. Like,
you actually
what
do?
Are you doing that for? You damn, you bullies. You absolute bully. I went, what did I do? Tom did it, not me.
I mean, I did back you up and did say to everyone that it was Tom.
You did, but
I used the word. I was panicking, mate. It was said girl in front of me asking me what was going on. I had no idea what to say, and some bullshit came out my mouth.
And I just remember walking in the room, and then me and Tom just look at each other, and I just say, well, he's the one who did it, I didn't do anything. No one's like, oh, that's a lie, you definitely did something. No, I didn't. Obviously. And then you said, no, he didn't, it was Tom. And then Tom's like, Liam, come on, and I'm just like, it happened, Tom.
Yeah, but, like, I don't know what's more embarrassing. The fact that you got in shit, and the fact they thought it was you, or the fact that I had to admit to the whole class that some scrawny little kid managed to push me face down through a door.
I mean, when Miss Davenport, I don't like her. When she came in and me and Tom going, what are you two been doing? I went, I've been doing nothing yet. Go back from over there. He's like, I've heard you've been pushing people. I went, no. Check the cameras. Check the cameras, because I'm not having it. And she went, okay, I will. And then just walked away. And that was the end of the saga for me. More than that was Tom. He can tell his story if he gets on it. I mean, that's enough about your story. I think my best story. Well, I cut my head open.
That wasn't during performing arts, was it? That was during Greece.
Oh yeah, well, I remember starting off with that. Our assessment was to do what's it called?
School show.
No. When you go and practice, like you go into a room, you do an act, and then they say yes or no.
Oh, an audition.
An audition, that's it. Yeah, that was our assessment, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had to audition for Greece.
And then
as one of our things.
Me and Tom do it, and then I'm told, right, Ken, you're in. And I'm like, oh no, I didn't plan for this.
No, we all got told we were in, and then Tom turned around and was like, alright, I'll be there. Never showed up.
You were going to do it anyway, because you were a performing arts freak. But
I was gonna.
me,
Yeah, let's be honest. I was gonna do it.
and then
But
they, me, you and Tom have a discussion, and then we're like, right. They said only one of us can pull out. We all decide, and Tom went, yeah, we'll decide next lesson. We got break. So we had break. I go back there and I find out Tom went to the teacher at break to
yeah.
say he's not doing it, so I had to do it.
I mean, that was. Oh, was that when you danced with? Well, I can say that because it was part of the school show. You hit your head before it was the dance with Amy, wasn't it? That's when you did it. And you were just gushing with blood on stage. Well, I say gushing, it was like going down your forehead.
The reason I wasn't allowed to quit was because we were doing the dancing rehearsal,
Yeah.
and Mr. Amy had told me, because it was dancing and singing, and then I was singing, and I went, right, kid, you're not allowed to sing. I went, why? And he went, your voice makes the song sound sad.
No, it wasn't even that. It was when we were doing the finale. No, when was it? It was when we were doing Grease Lightning.
This is something different. This was before we even did
Oh,
the show.
right, okay.
And he just said, yeah, you make the song sound sad. I was like, oh, what's the point in having it anyway? But kid, you're a naturally gifted dancer. We need you. You're the best one here. And I went, oh. So, and then he went, so can you just not sing? And I was like, so I'm supposed to stand here, dancing blank face?
No, you were meant to mime it, you idiot.
Yeah, I forgot that. And so I was just blank face dancing, because obviously I'm autistic.
I remember that. I remember that because I looked over because I was dancing with Stacey, and then there's this thing where only half the room do it, but the partners like switch positions. Like I hold my hand out, Stacey goes under me, I tuck her back in, then I spin round, and then I'm looking at Kian during the performance. Like I don't want to look at the audience. And then we start singing again, and Kian's there, just like nothing. He's like a statue who's moving his feet, and I'm like, can't laugh, can't laugh, can't laugh. Why is he not singing?
I mean, Film Brief Lightning was the worst one. Because I can imagine my blank, emotionless face just dancing along. I must have looked like I wanted to die.
No,
it was really enjoying myself.
It was when Mr. Amy came off and was like, it was one of the first times we did Grease Lightning, and he was like, who's that really low then? And I was like, it's Kian. Like, it just has to be Kian. And he went, oh, do you want to go an octave up? And you were like, sir, what's an octave?
What's an octave? Because I've now got suited into my deep voice now. I sound better now. But back
you
then,
do sound better.
When I was younger, it was just me on top of my voice.
No.
It was a nightmare. But
it was like, we were talking like, we were singing like up here, like where I am now, which was basically where the song was. So for me, it was perfect because I didn't even have to change my voice. But then, if you compare me and Kian's voice,
I had the voice of a 60-year-old man.
Yeah, at the time. So, yeah.
Let's get on to how I cut my head open. Well, it was mid-production, the show was going on, it was sold out.
It was.
And, we was in, I think it was an art room, wasn't it? Because we was getting ready, and then, it was a Miss Hackett. She came running and goes, guys, we've had to rush it ahead. Come on, go.
Yeah, We were like, I was still there in my school uniform. You were there with your trousers on, with your shirt unbuckled, and then she was like, "Places, 2 minutes," and I was like, "My fucking costume's at the other end of the school."
I was the last one to leave the room. You lot all ran into the change room and got into the sports already.
Yeah.
Me, I didn't. So I was the last one. So I started pelting it down the hall. And
yeah, because you needed the toilet, didn't you? I think you went to the toilet, yeah.
I think that was a wee, a stressful wee. And
yeah.
I went to, I was running through the corridor, and I saw the door out. I'm gonna help the door down, and I'm gonna run through. And I'm about 3 meters away from the door, and then all that comes out from the other side is a group of poor Year 7 girls, all dressed in like tutus and all that, So I panic. I go, oh my
Shit.
god, I'm going to kill them. So I do like a high jump over them. And I'm like, I've done it, I've escaped it. I look, and there's the top of the door, and it just smashes me in the head. And I land on my face. I'm like, I'm a bit dazed, but I'm alright, so I keep on running. And I get into the change room, and then I was already in my leather jacket, I just need to get into my jeans.
Yeah.
And then you just go, Kieran, why are you bleeding? And I went, what? And then I just rubbed my forehead, and then a massive trickle of blood just comes running down. They're like, oh my god, and then it's tagging me. And Kieran, what happened? I went, I jumped into the door. And then I covered it up with makeup, that hurt.
Yeah.
And when I took the makeup off, when I wiped it off, the blood started coming down because it had accumulated
Under this, like, we're talking like his face was like foundation-y because we all had to wear foundation, but his forehead was literally orange of where they had to put so much makeup on to cover up this blood, and the blood was dying like the first layer.
And I had to go and do a ballroom dance. And I did it just fine.
You smashed it. Apart from the singing and the emotion of the space, you smashed it.
There was no singing.
Oh yeah, okay.
That's not the end of the story, because when I go out, I don't realise there's a smear of blood along my lip. So the girl I'm dancing with is thinking, she starts rubbing my face. I'm like, what are you doing? And she went, oh, you had some ketchup on your lip. I was like, yeah, I'll thank you for that. And I felt really awful because obviously back then I don't think I had a girlfriend ever at that point.
No, that would have been year 10.
She made me put my hands on hers. I was like, oh, this is weird.
I don't like this. Like, let's be honest as well. She wasn't a bad looking girl.
No, she was a very nice girl.
She was. Yeah, she was very, very nice personality-wise, actually.
It was new to me as well. Like, I hadn't much interaction with. I remember up until about year 8, I couldn't look at a girl without smiling.
No,
It was really bad.
just saying, you had this said girl, and no offence to the person that I was dancing with, but I would have swapped her in a heartbeat. Do you remember who I was dancing with?
I don't. No.
I'm gonna message you the name on Facebook.
Okay. While you do that, there's another question from Ben.
Right.
What are our goals for the whole YouTube?
100 subs. I think.
To be the best group channel in the world.
I mean, there is that as well.
That I would like. Obviously, I've been doing this for 4 years. This is the one I've enjoyed most. 2016, nothing will ever beat that. But it wasn't high quality.
No.
But now I'm much better at doing it.
Alright, I've sent you the name
I think.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was I going to say? I forget. I've lost focus now from the name.
It's that bad.
The goals I just go. I don't think ahead about it. I just go. Because I remember I used to overthink it. I used to be like, oh, what am I going to do when I get 20? Oh, 20's here. What am I going to do when I get 30's here? What am I going to do when I get 50? Oh, 50's here. This is And now I'm at 17. I'm like, I could care less. I think I'm on 42.
Yeah, like me and my mate Jack Clavett on his channel, he has about 200 subs. And I care more about getting content out for this channel than any other channel that I work on. Like, I know this is my own personal channel, it's a little bit different, but
Well,
like, I just want to make this something that I can look back on in the future and be like, oh my god, I had an amazing time doing this, and this is all the work I've done. And just like a memory bank, could you like imagine coming back to this in like 40 years and being like, oh, remember when we played like such and such game, like the Warriors. By the time in 40 years, the Warriors is going to be over 50-year-old and things like that. Like,
I've got a question.
ask ahead.
What, your your like your film product. What's that channel you start with?
Oracle.
Josh and
Oracle.
Oracle. What happened with that?
We have submerged it into Labour Visuals now. So Jack Labour is the channel that we do most of the work on and we film for the most. Oracle is now going to become a subsidiary that one of us, me or Josh, will take over at a time. I think Josh is taking over it. And then we've got another company in the works that's going to be like the editing kind of side of it, the Lightroom, the putting out sets and putting out like colours and doing videos on Lightroom and Photoshop and especially a Premiere as well, like an editing channel. So that's kind of what we're doing at the moment, but Josh is not in a position at the moment where he can take over Oracle, so we had to put that on hold, but we're still doing
Your one video on
we've got a show reel on there, and we were going to put out some things, but the things in the things in the show reel has either gone on my channel, Jack's channel, or Josh's channel. So the projects are out there, but just not under Oracle Films. Like, we've tagged Oracle Films, we've said directed by Oracle Films, but we haven't released it on that channel because that channel is going to become something different down the line. But that is still our company, and we're still doing work for it.
Yeah. I remember when that first came out, and I was like, "What's this? What's this? What's this?"
Yeah,
and
like
you explained it, and I was like, if you ever need work, I can help.
that's why I'm thinking boxing, because I'm going to send you a few, because we worked on that. I'm not sure if you've seen, but me, Josh and Jack filmed the East Midlands regional boxing event with all the championships. We had a couple of what was it, we had 15 East Midlands championships, a national championship and a world championship being fought for, and we filmed it all, edited it all and put it out.
Which one?
It was nothing major, but we had the English something, I can't actually remember. Like, I've got a picture with the belts, but I can't actually remember the things.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
The that was women's, English women's, and some sort of world women's as well. I don't think it's a big world one, but it's been fought for in America, I know that. But yeah. But it was kind of, the show that we did was meant to be promoting young talent. Like, we had a few boxers that we know went down, so that's how we kind of got the job. Because obviously we were working with Nathan and doing Nathan's world fights, but then he had to retire, and then Nathan had this, like, the gym that Nathan went to, a couple of other, and through him, by the person that runs Raceridge is Demi, and he's in the Hall of Fame. He was a big boxer back in the day, back in the 60s and 70s. So through that we got the East Midlands job.
I mean,
So
it sounds like a lot of fun, and it seems like I would like to do something like that, because obviously
yeah,
I'm one of the biggest fans of the sport.
yeah, 100%.
Well, if Oracle Films is continuing, when do you think the next thing for it will, like, take place?
It won't be Probably until after uni is finished, to be honest, because Josh is working on his own thing at the moment, on his Just Joshua brand. So he's working on that at the moment, and then once Labour Visuals Just Joshua is started up, then we're going to subsidiarise Oracle into them so it can grow that way. Because those two have both got their own brand and their own title and their own company to raise up before we can even think about going near Oracle. Because like a connections guy, putting everything together and everything like that, and the business side of it, so I wouldn't want to take over Oracle.
With Yaman changing, I'm resetting it all, so as of right now, there's only one other member, well two, is my friend Jim, Ginger Jim 01, and
Yes.
two girls who I filmed with the other day.
Oh yeah.
So originally there was 5 of us who was in the group, and we've had to let go of people since. We've kept people on, but they ain't really featuring, so a massive reset.
Is that why you're taking it back over as McGrawtism? Because it's kind of you, and it always has been you.
I was the owner originally. I did the work for it. They were just members, and like they would feature in it and all that. And that's what it will be. I'd never have anyone do dual ownership. It's my thing. It's nice to have members. It's all about the side one. Just nice to have members.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like with me, Jack, and Josh, and Corey's kind of part of it. It's kind like they've both got their own companies, but it's nice to have people around you that will work for you for free, basically.
Yours wouldn't seem so much like a YouTube group. Yours seems more like a...
Yeah. I mean, we put our stuff on YouTube because it's the biggest way for people to see it. But we always like promote it through Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook, like all of it. So yeah, we're actually wanting to grow ours into not a successful business as in it makes us money. Like that I think that's the game, that's the goal, just to make like a sustainable business that will bring in income for all of us. And if we can have 2 of those, like, and then I bring, or someone else brings Oracle up, and then Corey's got his own Corey Allen Media. If we can have like 3 or 4 semi-successful companies bring money in for us, like, obviously we're gonna have jobs as well, like proper day jobs, but if we can have a company that makes a decent amount of money through, and it gives us experience, it gives us working with new people, trying new things until we find a niche that we like. And if we like different niches, we've got 4 companies there, so we can always go through that. But yeah, Oracle's going to kind of become, once we've got our own colour grading systems and editing systems how we like, we're going to put that on YouTube and see if we can grow it that way as well. I promote our own colour grading and promote our own presets.
Well, the people will not know this because we spoke about it before, but I said to you, I've got an offer for you.
Yes you did, and I've been wondering when this is going to come up.
Well, as I said to you, we've had a reset on members, and I need good people who are going to do well, who we can make stuff together, and I would like you to be an official member.
Of McGrawtism Inc?
I would, yes.
Okay, pretend there's a dotted line. My signature's on it, mate.
I've been thinking of this new rebranding thing for being honest, a good solid 2 months. And I've been thinking of the people I'd want in it.
Okay.
Right now I've got 2 skills, and now I've got you.
Yeah.
So there are now 4 members right now. Well, 5, including Jim. He doesn't really do YouTube, he's more of a feature, he's in the videos.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Which is sometimes good just to have that guy. You know.
exactly. And to have you aboard is very nice.
Yes,
Because
I look
it's sort of
forward.
like the original group.
Yeah, the original duo. Well, the original group was like 5 or 6 of us, but
Well, some people, I'm not having in. Well,
no,
one person, I'm not having in.
one person's definitely not coming in.
I'll let them not take the guess.
That's for sure.
They've
Yep,
been
you
about
may
5 times.
you may try and guess who that is. I mean, we've put a dedicated video on it. We've actually got a dedicated video on the story. Or was it a feature? I'm not too sure, but yeah, there was definitely like a half-an-hour segment on the guide. Yeah.
Well, you're an official member of Mudwater's Link.
How long have we known each other? 6.5 years.
Yeah, since year 8.
Since year 8.
God, we was 12 to 13. Now,
I think I was definitely 12.
now I'm 19.
Yeah, I'm still 18.
You're a baby.
Yeah. I was always the baby of the group.
6.5 years of a mixture of fun and a mixture of unhappy times, like when you told me I couldn't pick you up, so I picked you up with one arm and then accidentally slammed you headfirst onto the ground.
There was that time. Yeah. There was also a time where Calton legit choked me out in school.
Yeah, but that was the MMA game.
I said I made a promise. I made a bet with one sort of person, but I promised the whole group that even if I was going to pass out, I wouldn't tap. And I went along with it. And you thought everyone thought I was joking until I started to go pale.
Well, I saw you around where you lived and I essentially pushed Kelton off you.
Yeah.
And I made sure your head didn't fall on the ground, and then I slapped your face 3 times, and then you looked at me and went, "Was I out?" And I was like, "Yeah, head up."
I made a promise I was not going back on it. I still have never tapped out.
I remember I was in a headlock by Luke for 5 minutes. I didn't go out, I didn't tap, and then I got out, and then I just like bent his finger back and he was like, "Ah, get off." And then I won.
I remember the first time I made someone tap out was Warled, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna spear you," and I ended up drop toe holding him and then putting like a deep, kind of like an ankle lock, but I was lying down and torquing the ankle, and that was the first time I made any of you lot tap out was Warled on the field.
Well, I remember.
It was like a calf lock.
I remember going back to falling out. It was I caught you, and then you fell back, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna Star clash you," and then you called out. And I was like, "I was gonna Star clash you." And you went, "Oh, you should have said I was gonna tuck my head."
Yeah, the only reason why I didn't do it is because I tucked my head.
No, and then you fell off me essentially.
I mean, that catch, I generally went for like a diving crossbody, and Keane just caught me in midair.
I'm really strong.
You are.
I may not look it because obviously I'm fat, but
I wouldn't say you're fat at
now.
all.
Right
I mean,
now,
I've put weight on.
I have put weight on over lockdown. I'm dad bod. That's what I am.
If you haven't put weight on during lockdown, you've been doing it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, there's a global pandemic. There's a few more issues right now than my weight.
Yeah.
I mean, I could care less what people think about the body, but
No.
just don't let people's opinions get to you.
So that's a good place, yeah.
There you go. Something we do need. Oh, we got a question.
I was about to say, I swear we've just got another comment. 120 122.34.
No, there's one before that. Your most embarrassing moments.
Ah, where to start?
I'm trying to think, 'cause there's a lot.
There is quite a few, especially in school.
I really am trying to think.
I mean, being floored by Tom Pash has to be up there. Just because I slid literally through the door and straight into her feet and ended up looking up going, oh no. But, most embarrassing moment.
I don't think mine was in Branson, I think mine was in primary school.
Okay, should we do most embarrassing? Actually, do your most embarrassing in primary school and then do most embarrassing in Branson.
By far the most cringiest moment of my life, I was watching Britain's Got Talent and there was this really good dancer on it. And he could do like all like the body pop and stuff, and then he did the dance at T-Pain Low, and you know when someone goes like, they fall back and they like go on the like thingy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned that, and I did it for months, and then I went into school, and I was like, I'm going to show everyone, because every morning we did, show us and we'll tell us a fact. I was like, I'm going to do this. So then, it was like, what have you got to tell us? And then, I was so confident, I went, it's more like what I've got to show you. And I started doing it. It went perfectly. I have never received such a dead reaction to something in all my life. I did it. Everyone just stared at me. The teacher stared at me with like a little smirk on her face.
They don't understand the talent, you know? They don't know talent when they see it.
And then I was like, they must not have appreciated it. Let me do it again. And this time I couldn't go quite as low.
Right.
So then the teacher went, come on, Kim, come on. And I just sat down, and that,
The feeling inside.
I'm cringing thinking about it. Oh, that was horrible.
Oh my god, I have one in primary school. Did you ever have Star of the Week?
No.
So, Star of the Week, every single primary school class teacher gave in a slip, and on Friday assembly, every class got their Star of the Week, yeah? So, I was like, oh, I've done so well this week, I'm gonna get Star of the Week. So, we get to 6, whatever, I think it was like 12 or something, I think it was class 12, Mr. Barnard, shout out Mr. Barnard. And I was like, I've done so well this week, I've helped out, I'm gonna get Star of the Week. So before they say class 12 and I'm kind of like pushing up, yeah? Like, I'm like, oh, this is me, I'm already on my knees at this point. And they go, Star of the Week is Liam. So I stand up, start walking, Taylor.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
I'd already got up. I was up off. It wasn't year 6. It was year 5 because I was sat on the floor. So yeah, it was still Mr. Barnard, but it would have been year 5 because I was sat on the floor, and obviously year 6 you get the benches. But yeah, I jumped up off the floor when I heard Liam. Started strolling. Was like, it's me, Taylor, and I was like, Do you know the disappointment inside that you felt? That was in front of 20 people. There was 400 kids in my primary school. I had that feeling in front of 400 people, and I was like, and the teachers, and all the support staff, and I was like, oh no, what have I done?
I've had 2 bad moments in school assembly. I still remember in primary school, one of them was performing every month. A different class would do a show like every year,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then when it came to year two, I was like, oh, I'm not too confident about this one because they had to do
Right.
a dance.
Oh,
And obviously I'm a natural dancer, but like I preferred to keep it to myself back then.
yeah.
So what happens is the routine was right. You walk out like a snake. Like there's three stations, and then I was on the end. So what you do is you swerve in and out of the stations like a snake.
Right.
What I do is I go, yeah, I'm confident. So I swerve in and out of these stations, and then I lose my confidence. So I keep walking, I turn around and I swerve in and out of the stations again, straight into my teacher's arms, like, I can't do it, I can't do it. And then she's like, yeah, you can, and then I was just up there crying during the dance. Another time, there was this guy who came in, he was definitely a nonce. And he was making us act out all this stuff, and then it was a story about a guy called Brian the Lion.
Right.
And I was Brian the Lion, and apparently, the angrier I got, I would just scream, I'm Brian the Lion, rah, louder. But what he didn't tell me was that I'm not. That wasn't my own line. So I was supposed to say other stuff, but I didn't. So whenever someone would say something to me, I'd say
Yeah.
I'm Brian the Lion Raw over and over again. At the top of my lungs, getting louder and louder each time. I can see the guy having a near meltdown, like, so I can't tell you off. That's not more embarrassed. That's more of I'm proud that I did that though, because I'm glad.
That is. Yeah.
We got another question from Ben again. He's providing them all.
Cheers, Ben, mate.
Who do you support in football? What we said earlier.
Yeah, he's a Man United fan. I'm a West Ham fan. Move on.
Yep. Biggest achievement. Oh. What is my biggest achievement?
I mean, there's quite a few personal achievements that I'm impressed with myself with. But I don't like. You've got 3 people watching at the moment. Obviously, one of them's you, but biggest achievement. Another comment. Let's roll them.
I know mine.
You say yours, because I can't think.
When I was 2, at my school, I was nearly sent to a disability school, and they essentially told my parents, "You're not going to live a normal life." So my parents were like, "Yeah, screw that." Got me a TA. Got through primary school, got through secondary school. I went 3 years through college, and I got through it all with no issue. That's fairly decent.
That is, yeah. Like, what if you meet him in real life, you can't tell at all. Because academically, you were quite smart.
I'm smart in areas that
Yeah.
like, maths wise I'm terrible, but like I know what I need to know.
Yeah.
That's all.
Like, you can get through life 100%. Like, no one needs. This is sound really bad because my best subject and my degree subject is basically maths. No one needs maths. Like,
I still haven't passed maths, and I'm not going to.
I still haven't passed English. I got into uni without passing English.
English is my favourite subject. I love English.
Weren't we in the same English class?
For a time, I remember I was with Miss Kiani for GCSE. We weren't in that one.
No, I had Miss Bennett. She was amazing, actually. Like, I lie, I did pass English, but it was like a really low pass, I think. All because of her. I had a tutor for English as well, Jane, but she was the main reason why I passed English. Because she was an amazing teacher at GCSE.
Kiana was great.
Kiani's amazing to speak to. I never had him as a teacher. Did you have Mr. Murdoch? Did you have... No.
Never had Murdoch. I remember Miss Kiana in the first lesson of English. There was a bottle of bleach. I didn't realise what it was because it was in a different bottle. I went, "What's that, sir? Can I have it?" And he just went, "I'm going to move that away from you, kid." And he went, "Better move before he sprays it in someone's eyes." I was like, "Oh, it's bleach."
Brilliant.
I think... Well, what is your biggest achievement, then?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of this.
Problem is, we're still really young.
I'd say it's similar to you. Obviously, most people on the stream knows my situation. I've done a dedicated video on it. Kian knows my situation, but going from where I was in primary school to moving literally schools and everything, you obviously know what happened, and still kind of making my life as best as possible. Because I'm not bigging myself up, but most people that were in my situation that I know has either given up or just like not tried as hard, but I use that as a building block and to be like, I don't want to end up like that. I want to make a life for myself, and I think that's on a personal level. I think it's that.
As there are no questions, we'll move on to our next subject.
Yep.
Which is future plans.
Got quite a few coming up that I can't actually speak about yet. I legally can't speak about it, so but there are things exciting coming up.
Are there any that you can speak about?
I think future plans on the channel is this is where we can plug it. We plug it every single video. Don't know if Keane's watched any of my recent videos, but 7th of August at midnight till the 8th of August at so like midnight on the 8th to midnight on the 9th, so that crossover. It's a 24-hour charity stream for Macmillan Cancer and cerebral palsy in sport. Two charities really close to mine and Drew's heart. That's why we've gone for them. We've almost set up the donation page fully now. It's almost going live. We're going to keep you updated on that. But yeah, that is my immediate plan. And then sleep through the 9th and party on the 10th because it's my birthday.
So you're going to be live for 24 hours straight?
I am.
Quick question. One, at some point can I join it?
Of course you can.
I can't guarantee I'll be there for the 24 hours, but I'll join it at some point.
Of course you can, yeah.
So you're going Mr. Beast style?
We've already done one, so we know we can do it. We did one in February where we raised £322 for Macmillan because they were doing a charity event in February about gaming. So we're kind of using that idea but setting up our own page for the August one. And we did it in the start of June. I did it just to make sure that I can still do 24 hours of gaming. So
I mean, that takes a lot.
It does.
I don't think I can do that.
It like you hit 14 hours between 14 and 19. It's horrible, but that's why we're doing midnight to midnight, because we get the horrible bit out of the way to start with, the bit where no one will be watching because everyone will be asleep, and then when we need the encouragement, people will be awake so they can help us through it, basically. Is why we're doing midnights, because last time we did midday to midday and the final push was like 4 AM in the morning where we needed energy but no one was awake to provide it.
Yeah.
So So yeah.
I promise I'll join at some point. If you need help in the latter stage, I'll
Yes.
happily join. So
100%.
listen, you've done well so far.
Like, honestly, that's what got us through it, was obviously seeing the money go up was amazing. But people popping in, like people we've never met before, just saying like, oh, I've just popped in to say you're doing an amazing job. Keep going. Like, I'll watch for like 20 minutes and encourage you for this 20 minutes. That is what got us through it. Like,
I mean, I'll definitely promote it.
yeah, if you
Well,
can like share my stories, because I've dropped a couple of stories, but I haven't really been promoting this one.
I'll put a thing on the Autism Inc.
Nice. That's what we're doing as our YouTube community page we're starting to use. So, but yeah, that is the immediate plans. And thank you for whoever that was. That was a perfect setup to drop the information. So, Kian, what have you got on?
Well, I've got 2 videos coming out soon.
Yep.
However, nothing's really yet. But
I know, and all I'm gonna say is watch out for it, because the video idea and what I've heard of it, especially the ending, is amazing. So that's all I'm gonna say.
I spoke to you about this. I've got short films in mind as well.
Yep.
That's going to be a possibility when this whole COVID thing not goes away, but
calms down.
Severe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's calming down now as we speak.
It is. Yeah.
Not in America. America have well and truly messed that one up. But
America's at 5% death rate or something.
Well, Americans are stupid.
No. Donald Trump is stupid and cares more about the economy than his own people's lives.
But Donald Trump told them to go indoors and they all refused.
Donald Trump also told them to drink bleach.
He did.
Which was a funny headline to wake up to.
I mean, I'm not against Donald. I don't see why when people say they want him to fail, I don't get that. Because
I don't want him to fail, and I want America to be the best America possible.
I remember when he was elected, I remember someone tweeting something about I hope he fails and I hope it all goes wrong. That's like getting on a plane and then you wanting the pilot to do bad.
Yeah. Like, I don't think people, especially in this country, understand how powerful America actually is.
Also, someone made the comment of ain't it about time we had a presidential assassination, and
no, it isn't. Like,
just to clarify, Trump, as much as he can be an idiot, he is far smarter than you. Because do you know who goes in charge if Trump dies? Pence.
Fuck me.
Have you heard of Pence?
I know he's bad. And I know he's very bad. That's all. Like, I don't really read it up in American politics. I know, like, American politics of yesteryear. But
literally,
I'm not really following the election campaign at the moment.
Trump has it in his thingy, if he gets assassinated, Pence will take charge. That would mean he would ban all abortions. He would ban weed. He'd ban pornography. He'd ban contraception. He would reverse same-sex marriage, as in you can't get married if you're gay or if you're a lesbian. He'd be pro-creationism, anti-vax. He's pro-war, and he's against science and stem cell research. Trump is smarter than you. Don't kill him. Because when people were going, let's get Hillary in. Hillary is worse than Trump. I'm happy that Trump won because Hillary would have started World War III.
All I'm saying is, out of the two of them, I completely agree. I would not have voted Hillary, but how fucked was America in 2016 to come down to... No, not even that. How fucked was America in 2016 for the two election campaign, the two people that the people promoted because they were the best, and they are better than all the rest, was Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. How? Like, well, that's the mistake.
Hillary threw Bernie out of it.
Yeah. Women, am I right crazy? Women, am I right crazy? Yes. Kai, mate, you are right.
I got to sub right now.
Kai's already subscribed. I've been on his phone and subscribed to my own channel on it.
Oh, well,
but subscribe to Kian, Mr. Allen.
Yeah, this election is now Trump versus Biden. Now, again, I would prefer Trump to win. Biden has Alzheimer's. He is an old man. He should not be. He should be in a retirement home.
Him 12 years ago, maybe, because he's got a very, very good brain, politician brain. He's a very good politician. That's it, political, not politician. Yeah, no, I agree with that. But
do you know what Joe Biden said in the past?
I don't.
You know, obviously, Black Lives Matter has been a big thing recently.
Yep, which we should probably touch on towards the end.
Biden said in the 80s, we don't need any more N-word mayors around in this country. And went off on a tirade. Now, I mean, I'll let you be the judge. He is not the man that's in charge.
No, he isn't, but...
He is a joke. Trump is far better than Biden. But I think people should be... This is where people take in third parties. Like the Green Party.
Yeah. Even the Brexit Party.
No, that's England. There's no Brexit Party in America.
Well, no, but you know what I mean.
Let's say he was over here, after Boris Johnson's in charge. It really does annoy me because the three main parties are Conservatives, Labour and Liberal Democrats. Scottish National Party did really well this year. Lib Dems are terrible.
Yeah.
It annoys me that people just go, either Conservatives or Labour are going to win, so I'm going to vote for one of them. No.
Vote for what you believe in.
Yeah, literally, people pay more attention to a food menu than who they want running their country. It annoys me. It stresses me out because I voted for Boris.
You voted. You voted Tory.
I did. And
this is where we disagree.
I would like to say now I have switched my allegiances. I am no longer a Tory.
I was going to vote Green, and then Corbyn came out a week before the election and was like, I can't remember what the exact quote, but it was like, if you vote for a different party, Boris Johnson... No, at the time it wasn't Boris, was it? It was, who was it at the time?
It was Boris, this election, the most recent one.
Oh, it was Boris. Yeah. Boris Johnson's going to be running our country.
Yeah.
And that quote, I was like, I need to vote Labour.
No. Jeremy Corbyn is an idiot.
Jeremy Corbyn is an idiot. Okay, Keir Starmer or Boris? Now.
Boris.
Boris over Starmer?
Do you know what Starmer did?
A lot of things.
he was a leading candidate on suspending the Jimmy Savile paedophile case. He didn't want that getting out. He wanted to keep it under a rug. He wanted to hide the biggest paedophile in history.
I didn't know that.
He is not a good person. Boris, yes. He's not the best either. But
He's a buffoon, but...
a paedophile lover.
When you say that, yeah. But have you been watching PMQs recently?
Yeah, I have.
The only reason why I would vote Keir over Boris is because I was watching it today, actually, the one today. And Keir sat down and went, there's the question, Mr. Speaker, to our Prime Minister. And Boris got up and he just shouted the answer, was flailing his arms around, looking in every direction, and then like trying to back himself. Whereas Keir, he brought off something against Starmer, which was like, oh, well, you missed last week's. And Keir was like, yeah, that was a mistake on my part. I had to be somewhere else. I apologise, I accept that. And there was a quote from like 2017, and Keir Starmer was like, yep, I accept that. And he was accepting his own wrongdoing, whereas Boris was diverting it. And I'd rather have someone that accepts what they did was wrong and be able to change than not accepting it.
Is he accepting what he knows is wrong, or is he making himself look good for the cameras because he knows the media is against Boris? Because they are against him.
They are against him. I don't know. And that's the scary thing. You don't know, because he is Sir Keir Starmer. He is a Sir for being one of the best barristers and lawyers in the country. He's a Sir for being a liar.
Lawyers are very good at acting.
Yeah,
Lying.
exactly. And that is scary as well.
See, my political stance, I'm a centralist. I go with what I believe. I'm not left, I'm not right.
No.
I'm in the middle. I judge the situation, I see it from both sides, and I judge with what I do.
I will go for who... I will go, like, 1 year I'll vote Labour, 1 year I'll vote Tory. I will go for what the party says. And yes, they won't deliver on all of it. Of course they won't. They lie to get in power. But I will look at the situation and be like, that's possible, that's not possible, but also this is possible. And you go for the values that you want.
The problem with it is, Boris, since COVID, you've got, as much as he's done good and bad, he is, in his 1 year in charge, he has had one of the most stressful years of his life. Maybe exclude Winston Churchill and Neville Chamberlain because of World War II, but anything other than that.
2019 and 2020, Brexit and a worldwide lockdown, like a worldwide problem. Yeah, I agree. I feel so sorry for the guy.
He starts off with Brexit, nearly gets us out of it, and then COVID comes along. He then gets COVID himself, nearly dies from it.
Yep. Fights back.
A week later,
back in Parliament.
His wife gives birth to their first child. He has to look after the child while running the country. He's got an entire lefty media constantly having a go at him. I
do feel sorry for the guy, 100%, and I think he deserves another year. But have you heard the latest news? Brexit isn't over.
No, it's not.
I take it you've heard the things about Russia.
It's going to cost us a lot of money.
No, not even that. Have you heard the news about Russia?
Yeah, we're not best friends with Russia right now.
We don't like Russia. We also don't like China and Hong Kong, which is really bad, because China and Hong Kong are one of the biggest leading powers in the world, and Russia can shut down our communications like that, because all our oil go through Russia.
Well,
So we're fucked.
No one's gonna like China soon
No.
because of COVID. Because I'm not believing that it was bat soup that caused it. It's a chemically enhanced flu. It came from a lab.
They've pinpointed the lab. They know where the lab is. They found the lab. It's in Wuhan, yeah. They found the lab. And instead of covering it up, which is what they've done, they should have come out and said, look, we've been working on this. And like, we've been working on this vaccine, whatever it was, whatever the thing was, it's been really, like, it got out the thing somehow.
Well, do you know what happened?
And accepted their mistake. But
do you know what happened? How it got out? Obviously they released it, I think. I think they purposefully released it.
I'm the same, but...
It got to a colony of people who are like not a part of China, but they live in it, and they all got it, and they all went to like the markets to get food for that and all that.
Yeah.
And spread it to everyone else, and that's why it came from. It's the disease has been around since the 80s and 70s. They found notes of it, but this is a chemically enhanced one.
I was about to say, the chemical structure of the virus is very similar to a virus that was released in 1970, or first discovered in 1974. So obviously, they've been working on something. Because
the virus isn't as strong as people think. Yes, it's killing people, but the flu kills people.
It's the mutation, because when it gets in our body, it mutates.
It's far more contagious.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. People who smoke, some of them can't get it because they need healthy lungs. Like, there's been cases where it's entered the body and it's just left because they're like, they can't grow, they can't do anything to them.
No.
I think it was a ploy, and they did it on purpose because I think they used it as an excuse to expand their border closer into India. I think they used it as a reason to claim Hong Kong back. I think they're going to do horrible things to like places like Macau and all that.
I mean, what China have done to India already across the South China Sea is fucking horrible. Like, I've been reading up on it. Like, it is horrific. I didn't even know this was a thing until I started properly reading it.
Did you hear what it did to those 20 soldiers?
No.
Maybe. They killed 20 Indian soldiers. They didn't just shoot them, they beat them with sticks with spikes on them and then threw them off a cliff.
Fucking hell.
There's killing someone and then there's brutalising and then killing someone.
That was, yeah, like that's... Have you seen what they've done in China as well, in the Wuhan area? So they've actually like put metal bars on every door and window, and if you even like try to like stick your head out to see what's going on, there are armed guards in front of every house and you get shot in the head.
Yeah, China have got a lot to answer for right now.
China, Russia, like we're not friends with anyone, really. Australasia, we've got Australia and New Zealand on our side, but we've got the Commonwealth.
Yeah, to move on to a lighter topic.
Yeah, let's get off this. This is...
It's the end of the championship, the final games have been played. Have you seen them?
No. Leeds won 4-0.
Leeds
I think.
are going up as champions, but that was already found out.
West Brom are in second.
Brentford in third, Fulham in fourth, Cardiff in fifth.
Forest?
Forest have bottled it and are seventh. Swansea have
Oh, for fuck's sake, Forest! Again.
Again. The team's going down. Well, we don't know yet because obviously Wednesday and Wigan have got points to be deducted.
Why is Wednesday?
I don't know. Something happened with them. Oh no, just Wigan.
Right. Isn't Wigan the one in liquidation?
They're in administration.
Right. Do you know the story of Wigan Football Club?
Not really. I didn't even know they was in financial trouble.
Right. Do you want to know the biggest scandal of the year?
What is it with Wigan?
With Wigan. You're in for a story, boys, here. If you haven't heard it and you don't know what's going on. I swear it's Wigan. If it's not, it's another club. I'm gonna Google this. I'm actually going. Like, I know the full story. I just need to make sure it's Wigan. Because I don't want to tell this story and then it'd be wrong. But I've got a story about a football club. That's... It is Wigan. Right. So, the Company A took over Wigan in 2016. No, 2017. 2018. A year. So, the owner of Wigan, that was a lifelong fan, sold the club in 2018 to Company A, yeah? Can't remember what they're called. It then goes through 2019 and 2020. Company A, who's been taken over by a corporation, at this head of the corporation's this like multi-billionaire Philippine investor that has casinos and football clubs and other sporting facilities all around the world, yeah? Company A says to the EFL, I've got Company A and I own Company B. I want to transfer Wigan to Company B so I can balance out my books easier, because Company A's got so many things I can't actually handle the finances of it. So he's already passed the fit and proper test. So they go, absolutely, sir, yes. Transfer it over to your new company, to Company B. Absolutely fine. Company B was set up 7 days before Wigan got transferred to Company B, yeah?
Yep.
You got me so far.
Yep.
7 days after that, Company B has been taken over by a completely different person, but because Company B has already passed the fit and proper test, the new owner doesn't need to go through the fit and proper test by the laws of the EFL says you don't need to do another fit and proper test because the company's already passed it. Perfect. And if Company A sells to Company B, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, so all sorted, all going well so far. 14 days after the company's taken over by this mysterious man, Company B goes into liquidation, which means Wigan has now not got an investor, which means it goes into administration because there isn't enough money coming into the club to keep it up. So, a bit dodgy so far, yeah? But you know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes people doesn't have the right amount of money to keep a football club up. Absolutely fine. Not fine. Bit pissed off the Wigan fans, but you can see why, and there may be a reason behind it. Go back to the casino thing that I mentioned about the person that did own Company A and B that now just owns Company A. There is the head of the EFL saying that back in December that he's heard a rumour about a company in the Philippines having a massive bet on for Wigan to go down. Right? Absolutely massive bet. Turns out the the casino that is on the sponsor board in Wigan Stadium is the casino that the bet was made at, and the person that owned both companies also owns the same casino, right? Company B was taken over by his mate, the same guy that made the bet in his mate's casino, went into liquidation to be deducted 15 points, so Wigan go down, so they both make like millions. I think the initial bet was like $50 million or something. So Wigan have been absolutely fucked over by two random people in the Philippines.
Yeah, I couldn't understand why they did it then, though.
And the person that owned both company A and B at the time also went into bankruptcy in 2005, so should have never passed the fit and proper test in the first place to buy a football club. And the person that owns company B, now the mate that made the bet, has been bankrupt twice in his life, so also should never have passed the fit and proper test.
Well,
So Wigan have been absolutely fucked over. And the EFL is still deciding whether that's enough evidence to not deduct the 15 points to keep them up. So the bet doesn't come in. So that's why there's so much controversy over the Wigan going into administration.
Well, the official thing, the teams that are going down are Hull or bottom, but still, if the 12 points get deducted from Wigan, Wigan, 23rd, so they're going down anyway, as we just said. And
yeah, but
Charlton.
is that with the point deduction?
No, that's not.
So they didn't even need to do this.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I was about to say I thought it was.
So if that gets reappealed, and like they don't go down, then it will be Barnsley going down. That sounds mental.
When I read it, FNG made a video about it, and then I've just read so much about it. Like,
I can't believe that. All them.
I've like quickly gone through it in 5 minutes, but if you want to know the full story with like timestamps and everything, go watch FNG's video.
I've got a friend who supports Hull and they've gone down. And I said to him, it's weird to think that 3 years
Wait,
ago...
is that Ollie?
No, this is a guy called Jaden. It's weird to think that 3 years ago Hull were in the Premier League and 3 years ago Lincoln were in non-league.
Yeah.
And now they're about to be in the same league.
Same league. That's madness.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny.
So wait, who was the team that was near the bottom? Who's like near the bottom of the table?
Barnsley are safe for now.
Right.
Birmingham, no.
Oh, is it Stoke?
Yeah.
Stoke's near the bottom, right?
No, Stoke are in 15th. Luton have stayed.
Yeah, that's a shock.
I thought they were going down.
I didn't think Brentford would finish third.
I want
At the
Brentford
start.
to go up.
I want Brentford to. They deserve it. Like, I don't understand why they have a playoff system. They finish third. They're the third best team. Why can the team in sixth go up? Like, that's what I don't understand.
It never used to be when it was like the first division, but
No.
since the Football League's been introduced, it's just how it's worked.
Yeah. I can't believe, like, I still can't believe the Wigan story. Like,
I mean, look at Wickham.
Yeah.
They should never have, like, they're going up, and Sunderland, who Peterborough, they're an up and coming team. I think they're going up next season.
Peterborough have done really well. Yeah.
And now you've got Sunderland, who are about to go into their third season in League One.
Sunderland, like 4 years ago, was in the Prem and beating Newcastle, like battering Newcastle, and now
and all that.
Mate, Adebayo, Akinfenwa is in the Championship.
That's great. No, he deserves it.
When he played against Liverpool, my heart kind of melted. I was like, mate, could you imagine being like a lifelong Liverpool fan and getting to play against Liverpool with Wickham?
Who was it? He bodied. I think it was Gerrard and Skirtle that he bodied.
Yeah, he just absolutely took out Skirtle. He almost scored, didn't he? He got a header that like literally went inches wide, and then he hit the post, and he just wasn't falling for him.
Let's check if there's any more questions from the good old fan base of Liam White. Or just got Toxic Gaming YouTube.
Oh, Toxic4 Gaming _YT. Mate, Drew, I'm doing well. I'm sorry that it's been 23 minutes since you commented and we haven't actually looked. Who's OGK? That's what I want to know. Is that Ollie? No, can't be. Well, it's a Hall fan. Is there not?
I know him. That's my friend Jaden. He's the Hall fan. He's going, you stole Bowen from us.
Yeah. Up the hammers, boys. Up the hammers.
I'm doing fine.
I'm doing well, Joe. I'm doing well.
A few weeks ago I wasn't doing so fine, but now I'm doing better.
It's always good, mate.
It's been a very tough couple of months for everyone.
Yeah, like I think everyone. I think it took like it affected everyone in different ways, but everyone took a hit.
I mean, it ruined my dating life.
Wait, what?
It ruined my dating life.
Are you two still together?
Who?
I don't know. I can't even remember her name.
No, I'm single.
Ah, right, okay. That answers that then.
No, yeah. Dating life ruined.
Dating life has been ruined, mate.
I mean, now you can do more things. You can go out to the pubs and restaurants are opening up for inside and away. So it's getting better. The thing is, you can open these things up as long as you're smart. There's no issue.
Yeah, like as long as everyone, like I've got a few masks coming tomorrow, because obviously now you legally have to wear a mask.
I've got a story. I was in a shop, and you know, there's the video of like the woman who cut the hole in the mask between her nose and mouth, going, just so I can breathe.
Oh my god! Right.
I had she must be about 30, just holes where her nose was, and then she just kept sneezing everywhere. And I didn't realise she had a hole, but then I saw her and she was like, I went, what are you doing? I went, what do you mean? I went, why is there a hole in your mask? I went, I'm sneezing, so I don't want it to go in the mask on the inside.
That's the whole fucking point!
I was in utter disbelief. I just said to work, I was like, that's not allowed, surely. Get her out. And they just said we can't do anything. And I was like,
mate, go to Aldi. So we had one in Aldi where... Oh, right, okay. Me and my dad were walking around Aldi, and this woman kept like cutting in front of us and then like barging into our trolley, and the store manager came over and just went, any more of that, it's fucking 2 meters. He obviously didn't swear, but it was like 2 meters, any more of that, we'll kick you out and you'll be barred until lockdown's over. and will remember you.
I've had a few situations. I've had a few situations like that. Me and my mum were in Poundland. We just went in to get, I think, a few dog treats, and was in the
Yeah.
queue, and then this couple, about 50, stood right behind us, and then my mum goes, "Excuse me, 2 meters," and
Yeah,
I
in
was
like a
like,
polite
"What?"
way. Like,
And I was like, "What?" And I said, 2 meters. That's what the line's for. And then the husband went, "Oh, is that right?" And I was wearing a mask, and you know me, I'm quite a big person.
yeah.
I just simply looked at him and gave him cold dead eyes, and he shut up quickly. And then I just simply said, "Move back now." And then
Oh,
the
I had
worker
one.
went, and then the worker went, "You heard him, move back." And then he did it, and then he gave me evils the entire time.
I had one where I did the dirty and went in Primark. Um, only
That's
for
what
some
little
socks,
Primark
right?
did.
Only for some socks, but I felt like a right idiot. So in front of me in the queue, obviously everyone's like 2 meters away, like queuing up to get into the shop, and I was like, why am I doing this? I'm only going for 5 pairs of white ankle socks. Why am I queuing? Everyone like 14-year-olds in front of me, and I finally get to, go in. I'm like, right, straight up the escalator, to the left, pick up their socks, get in the queue. The queue's massive to pay. I'm like, oh, why am I doing this? And this young kid, must be about 5, is like running around me, and I look around. I'm like, oh, I can't see the parent. So I'm like, just trying to stay my distance as much as possible. And the parent finally comes, and I was like, excuse me, like, can you stop your kid? And like 2 meters, like, just tell him 2 meters away, and just tell him to like stand by you, like, if you wouldn't mind. Quite nice about it. Like, it's a 5-year-old. I completely understand. As a 5-year-old, I probably would have done the same thing. You've got loads of energy, you want to run around and everything. And he's like, well, what's my kid doing? Like, there's nothing wrong. And I went, there's nothing wrong. I'm wearing a mask because we're in a global pandemic, mate. Like, can you back your kid up? And he went, oh, couldn't really care less. And I went, what? Raised my voice at this so the people around me could hear. I was like, what? You don't care about your 5-year-old child getting corona and dying? Is that what you're telling me? Move back. Like, get him to back up. And he was like, no, it's not what I said. And I went, mate, that's exactly what you said. He was like, well, whatever his name was, come here, stand by my side. This dickhead wants you to. And I was like, you're calling me a dickhead now for protecting your own child? So yeah, had a confrontation in Primark about it.
You
What?
kept more calm than I would have.
Like,
Uh,
I just
yeah.
didn't want, like, could you imagine if I had it and then read in the paper that a 5-year-old had died or something?
Mm.
Like it would. I know. Well, I
Or
did the best
even
that I
in,
could.
even in the selfish way, if you would have got it,
Yeah, because if he's doing that around me, he's done it around other people as well, obviously. So there is that, but no. And then I went to H&M to buy some jeans because they're better quality. And so these like 3 guys were behind me, and we were chatting about it. And we were just like, because they were also in Primark, and they were like, "Oh, that kid was being a dick, wasn't he?" And I was like, "No, the kid wasn't. The kid was 5. It was the adult. It was the dad." And they were like, "Yeah, that's true. Actually, what he was being a dickhead, wasn't he?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I don't think I lost my calm or anything. I just asked him." And then when he said no, just like prompt him by raising my voice. And they were like, "Yeah, you did keep calm and you did the right thing." So I was like, "Okay, that's good." But yeah,
so you kept more calm than I would have.
yeah, like, could you imagine? Because I'd been to see my uncle and my nan like a couple of days before for the first time in like 3 months. So if they would have had it, and let's be honest, I'm 18, we're probably asymptomatic anyway. Like, none of us really catch a decent amount of colds or anything. So could you imagine if I
So,
had it, or if he had it and then gave it to me, or like whatever? It was just like me trying to keep as safe as possible.
yeah.
Like,
I
yeah,
mean, you you seem to have more of a tolerance, whereas I can't put up with idiots. Like
Oh,
even
I
with
can't.
Luke, if he
In
says
my
something,
head, I was like, like in my
yeah,
head, I was
but like
really going.
you'll
Yeah,
act calm, whereas I
yeah, yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Like if Luke, if he says something stupid, I have to say no, Luke, don't say that.
Oh,
It's
with my
wrong.
mates, I would just be like, mate, what the fuck are you doing? But I didn't want to cause confrontation with a stranger. I think that's it. Whereas you couldn't give a shit. You'd win confrontation. Impressing the ladies? Not at all. Like, not at
I
all,
mean,
Drew. Just
that does
being
come with it, but
conversation. Yeah, I
yes.
mean, but yeah,
Yeah,
expanding my
you seem to
story, I
have more
call
of a
it.
tolerance than I do.
Yeah,
I can
like
tolerate a little. I can tolerate a little bit, but stupidity, I
if the
just have
kid, if it
no
was just the
tolerance.
kid, and you turn around and said to the dad like, "Oh, would you mind?" Like I reckon you'd stay calm then. It's when the dad would have said no, that's when you would have lost it. Because I think obviously you can understand a kid's perspective. He doesn't really understand what's
I
going
would
on.
have. I would have just said to him, mate, move him now. And then he'd have, like, when he said, ah, this idiot is telling me, that's when I would have lost it.
Yeah,
I don't tolerate that.
yeah, yeah. I would have lost
Like,
it. Yeah,
especially as I have ADHD as well. Like, it just doesn't go.
no.
Not at
Idiots
all.
and ADHD definitely like. If someone's being a twat or being an idiot, you tell them. Like,
You know me, I'm overly honest and I'll say exactly what's on my mind.
yeah,
I
which
could
is the
care
best
less
way
if you
to be.
agree with me or not.
Especially like, I can do that with my mates, but I just the fact that I didn't want to go through the confrontation and then through because it was a long queue and like I just know he would have been death staring me the whole time. Like, so and I was just like, oh, I'll try and stay calm as much as possible. Like I did raise my voice, but not in a like malice way. Just in like a mate sort your shit out kind of way. But
Uh,
yeah.
uh, there's going to be a lot of that. I mean, there's going to be. I think there should be social distancing queues for 2 years.
It's not gonna go this year. I mean, what was it?
No,
Our
it
health
probably
minister
won't.
Matt Hancock came out and said that
It's,
he is already planning for another lockdown in the winter.
um,
That is, he's come out and said we are actively planning for that because we think this is a major possibility. So,
well, winter is going to be scary because now we've got to worry about the flu and COVID.
flu, COVID, hypothermia, all of it,
Pneumonia. See,
pneumonia.
COVID isn't the thing that kills you. It's when you get COVID, and let's say you get something like pneumonia with it.
You die
That's
like
when it
that is when it
deadly.
strikes you.
Doesn't
Whereas if
always,
no,
but it's not needed.
like I'm not saying I'm fully or like, if I catch it I won't die because you don't know, but as our age group, if we catch
If
it,
we
we are
got the,
more less like we are less likely to die unless we catch something else with it.
yeah, even if we got pneumonia with it, we still got that it's your grandparents you need to worry about.
Yeah, it's immediate family, like
Older family.
yeah,
I well, people say not people. There's going to be a vaccine. There's going to be a cure for it. It's a flu virus. There's no cure for the flu. Why is there going to be a cure for this?
there is a vaccine and it is now being produced right now by Oxford. But by
It's
the time it comes out, by the time the vaccine comes out, the virus would have mutated again, and it wouldn't have.
it won't be a cure. It will be like a jab,
Yeah,
like a
yeah, it's
flu
like you
jab.
get an MMR jab.
But all that
Like
does is weaken it. It doesn't. You've still got it.
it kind of
That's what
prevents. It's
people
kind
think.
of the prevent from dying. Like you're still going to get it bad, but you
Well,
are
what's
less
going to
likely to
happen?
die.
Like obviously every year you're like, oh, come in for your flu jab. Oh no,
Yeah,
okay. But every year it's going to be, oi, you're coming in for your your COVID jab, and that's final.
Hmm.
That's what it'll do. Yeah, I don't think there'll be like a full-on cure for it if it was a flu virus. People need to stop thinking that because it's it's
Yeah.
just it's a thing now we're gonna have to worry about. I think it will die out.
It will die down. I don't think it'll ever die out.
When I say die out, like it will, like
It
it's not
become
gonna
like
be
the flu,
a
yeah.
problem.
Our bodies will, if we catch it, our bodies will react to it. If we survive,
Do you know what? Do you know what a
like
scary thought is?
what?
This has killed over 500,000 people now.
I mean, how many has it killed in America?
I think
Hasn't
that's
it killed
the
over 500,000 people in America alone?
no. I think it's 500,000 in total.
I mean, we've got 40,000 deaths, right? 43,000.
Well, we're one of the worst places,
Yeah.
and we're now getting down on it.
Yeah, we're finally... I think we're finally being like, oh shit. You know?
Yeah, there's 500,000 plus deaths for this.
Yeah.
The Spanish flu was in the billions.
Hmm.
Imagine being around for when the Spanish flu was. It killed one in three
Okay.
in the UK.
Yeah.
1 in 3 in England right now. Well, when I was at its highest point, it was 1 in 100, and that was just for young people.
Hmm.
It makes you think this will be nothing compared to what the Spanish flu was. Nothing.
No.
It tends
When
to
was the
be
Spanish
a
flu?
pandemic.
Seven,
No,
70s?
no, no. It was the 19. It was 19, like 17 to 19.
Oh, it was World War One, wasn't it?
World War One. I think it was straight
Okay.
after World War One.
Current numbers updated 2 minutes ago. 15,339,912 cases, 625,000 deaths, 9,326,000, 5 million still in intensive care or
So
unknown.
600,000 have died. What are the numbers for the Spanish flu?
I will get that now.
Because the Spanish flu was in the billions. I would not like. There seems to be a massive pandemic every like century.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the old people can't say we've been through no hardship now.
50 million deaths.
No, there was more than that. I feel like you're just looking at the UK.
Nah, I can't be looking at the UK. There's only 66 million people in the UK. Apparently it was 50 million.
It was in. I swear.
There was
It
a
was
pandemic in the 80s. It was swine flu, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Swine flu only killed... I say only.
Swine flu came back
Yeah.
in
Swine flu came back
2010
in 2010, yep.
in America, but they got it under control. Yeah, there was a risk of that happening, but that didn't come about over here.
It was actual recorded deaths was 22.5 million, but the estimated deaths is 50 million plus, which does make sense because you didn't really have the ways of recording it back in 1918, because that's what they christened it, the 1918 virus, didn't they? The 1918 pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah, there seems to be a pandemic every single century.
Yep. That is bizarre though. That is literally
100 years away from
100 years away from the Spanish flu. Because it ended, I think it ended in early 1919.
1918 was the worst year for it.
Well, I remember seeing a story about a woman who, well, there's a woman who had Spanish flu back then, and she got COVID, and she survived COVID as well.
Mad. She's one tough motherfucker. How many people died for Ebola, do you know?
I think it was laughable, but
Ebola was this
Ebola
massive
was-
new virus.
it was in 2014, and it stayed in America, not America, in Africa.
North Africa.
And they brought someone over here to test it.
Yeah.
Ebola's the scary one. But
Ebola's the
I
most
don't-
scariest one, but the numbers were low.
Well, it's just happening in Africa.
Yeah, it was 11,323 recorded deaths.
It's far worse.
Oh, it's a
because
lot worse. But
You bleed out of every single pore, so you sweat blood, you cry blood, you wee blood. It is genuinely terrible. And do you know why it spread? Because
not mosquitoes, was it?
no, they would when someone died from Ebola, they would clean the body by hand.
Jesus.
And it's literally, you touch someone with your nail touches someone with Ebola, you have it.
Yeah.
And they was touching, and they was cleaning the body by hand, because if they don't clean them by hand, they don't go to heaven. How backwards can you be? I don't want to offend anyone who's religious, but for Christ's sake.
Oh. Yeah.
I know you're religious, but let's say you're like, I don't know,
I'm sorry, I'm
your
not
sister
doing-
died of Ebola.
I'm not
Would you
touching-
clean them by hand?
Absolutely not. Like, I know, like, we've, what's it called? More progressed as a nation, but, like, surely they know that.
They're not. Africans, I'm not being racist or anything here, they're not the smartest of people. They're
No.
really not. But
They're
they've
not-
Had, most
they
of them
are-
don't have education, so it's
Yeah, that's
hard.
true.
It's hard because there are some genuinely really nice places in Africa. Ghana, that's a very nice place.
Ethiopia.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
I
South
thought.
Africa.
Oh, South
Africa,
Africa's
the
lovely.
the places that don't have the terrorists is not bad.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my god, what's it called?
But yeah, it's very hard to avoid the terrorists.
I need to Google places in Africa because I've got a place in my head that I know.
We was talking about big kids earlier. He goes to Africa a fair bit. They were Jamie King. The legend.
Yes, he did. Algeria. I'm gonna see it. I thought it was Egypt. That's obviously a lovely place.
Egypt wouldn't be too bad.
Kenya was the place I was thinking of.
That's where Mo Farah trains.
It is.
Just asking. How long has
Morocco.
this gone on for?
I will check now, but I reckon 2.5 hours,
Yeah.
which is probably longer than our bloody streams.
I don't know. Some of them were long.
Oh my god, yeah, some of them. Some of them I had to have my pre-drinks during the stream.
Oh, that is something we need to talk about. Why did that stop?
Okay, quickly, 2 hours 34 minutes. That's how long it's been going on for.
Yeah. Why did the wrestling series stop?
Many reasons. A, the game was broken. The game was absolutely and utterly fucked. If you wanted a tag team match, that was a 7-hour live stream. B.
I didn't know about the like 5 tag team matches.
You did. The opening episode of that series was 3.5 hours, and it was no, not the draft, but the episode 1. You had 2 tag team matches. My event was 2 hours. Your event was 3.5 because of the tag team matches.
Oh, I can't help that Heavy Machine just kept headbutting.
Remember the glitch where I can't remember which one it was, but it was. I know it was during a tag team match. Someone was stuck on the ropes. The other person was hovering, like outside the ring, but was stood on the top rope, but was hovering further in the, like basically in the crowd, and was just hovering there. And then another person was just laid out in the ring and couldn't get up. And then the referee just disappeared. Like the referee just despawned, and I was like, how are we gonna do this?
Well, I just remember the headbutts, and we counted how many was it? Was it in the 30s?
It was 30. It was plus 30 headbutts.
Thing is, it didn't help that you'd wait all that time for the match to finish, and then it would end in a count out.
He was ending a double count out, yeah. That was an issue as well. Like on my first matches, we had 2 double count outs and a roll up victory in like 20 seconds.
Your first ever match was Finn Balor knocking out.
With wait, what was it? Just
20
20 seconds. It was just a normal punch as well.
Knocks him out clean 1, 2, 3. Oh no, wait, it was oh, was it Adam Cole?
I think it was Finn Balor versus Adam Cole because I wanted to start with like an absolute banger, and
then Finn
that
Balor
happened.
knocked him out in 20 seconds.
And then the next match went for like half an hour, and it was some jobbers, and then ended up one was stuck in the ropes and one was stuck on the outside, and that was a double count out.
The thing is, there was genuinely some really good matches as well.
Yeah.
There were some really fun moments, but they'd just be ruined by tag team and
Tag team and double count out.
double count out, constant headbutts. Just ruined it.
Oh, there was one as well where Ray went for the. I can't remember who had Ray, but Ray went for a 6-1. I think I had Ray, didn't I?
I know I did because I had the cruiserweight division and I.
Oh yeah.
I planned it so Ray would win it in the first episode, and then he loses in 2 minutes to Drew Gulak.
There was that, but there was also one where it was Ray versus someone, and Ray went for a 619, and his actually no, this was me in career mode. I was fighting Rey Mysterio for the US Championship, and I went like I was being absolutely battered because I was like, oh, I'll put the difficulty up, you know, like it can't be that hard. Got smashed, but Ray went for a 619. And his legs were stuck in my head, and I fell back in the ring, and Ray fell out the ring, and then Ray was stuck in the floor, and I won by count out. And it was just stuff like that. Also, I had a lot of uni work to do at the time, but it was just stuff like that that just wasn't making the game enjoyable.
I mean, they're not doing a 2K21.
No, which sucks because that would have actually been a good game. Because after this
what
one,
they're doing is they're going to work on a game that will actually be good.
yeah.
But yeah, they're not doing a 2K21. So if we did go back to it, we just can't have tag team matches.
Nope. Expect a lot of double count outs.
Double count outs will happen. And just no promos. But I had a lot of promos as well.
Yeah, there was that.
You do them.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh, Kian, how many promos we got today? Well, there's only 4 promo spots, but I've got 6. What? Like...
I still remember, like, I had 5 on one, and then you just got sick of it and I was like, can you do Kane versus Bray Wyatt? And I was like, you just went, no, Kane, you can do that.
Yeah, there was that.
I was so annoyed because I had 2 really good feuds going on as well. I had John Cena versus Seth Rollins, Cena to try and win the 17th world title.
Yeah.
And I had The Fiend versus Kane. And that was
that was actually a good feud.
That was going to go on to Fiend versus The Undertaker. And then, very stressful.
I mean, the booking was good. Everything, I say the booking was good. Rey Mysterio lost to Drew Gulak, and your first match, my first match was a 20 second knockout.
Drew Gulak went off script.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, what was the wrestler that laid down, got pinned, and then screamed "Wrestling is faked" and walked out? Who was that? Yeah. I can't remember who that was. It was against Hogan.
I have no idea, but I remember one with a guy who was facing Earthquake, and he was supposed to lose to him.
Right.
And then he just went off script, just started trying to actually punch Earthquake. Started like trying to gouge his eyes out. And then he left the ring, shouted wrestling is fake, left the arena, and his relationship with WWE ended that day.
We'll use that one for an example. That is what Adam Cole did. He got punched, lied down, got pinned in 20 seconds, popped up, basically went, wrestling's fake, fuck you all, and then just walked off. That is how it's the draft career mode started.
I still fucking getting knocked out in 5 seconds.
But so
he was gonna be your. You wanted him to challenge for. I think it was a belt, wasn't it?
I wanted him to go on to beat, challenge Seth.
Yeah, because Seth was the Intercontinental Champion, and no one. Kofi and Seth were the champions, weren't they? You were the first one. I had Kofi.
Yeah.
But that was the 2K19, 2K20. We switched it around. I had the Universal belt. And
yes, because I don't know how that. Oh, yeah, because I got to pick what champion I wanted. Yeah, I chose Bayley over Becky.
You chose Bayley over Becky. You chose Kofi over Seth.
Yeah.
Chose, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas over, the club.
Yeah. I don't know why I did that one. I think I looked at my other two and went, oh my god, I've just picked the worst ones. I may as well take the B team.
Oh no, I know. Because you thought the Raw champions were AOP, and then we got it wrong, and you went, I'll have the Raw belts, not knowing who you got. And then I went, I'll take them.
Oh yeah, because in real life it was AOP, wasn't it? So I was like, I'll have the Raw belts, please. And then when it was just like, hold on, wait, what? Why isn't he the champion? And then we backed out and looked to see the champions, and it was the B team, and I was like, are you taking the piss? But you know what, I was a man and went with my decision and took the B team. They never got on the show. Actually no, they did the first show. But yeah.
But you took Drew McIntyre and Pete Dunne from me, so
that was that, yeah. No, the reason why I took Kofi was because I wanted the whole New Day, all 3 of them. And then the reason I took Bayley is because I was going to do a feud with Sasha, but I think you ended up taking Sasha, which completely ruined my idea. So yeah.
I was just like, oh, he won't take Sasha. And then your fourth pick, you were like, oh, can I have Sasha Banks? And I was like, no. No, we're not meant to be doing women yet. That's not part of the plan.
I was very happy with my draft. I mean, I got Cena, I got...
I mean, I was happy with mine. Like, I was happy with the talent. But, yeah.
You was unhappy about that, 'cause you-
I was not happy about that.
I smartly said to you, oh, you get the first pick of the champion and I'll get the first pick of the normal superstars. And then you're like, yeah. And then you realise shortly after agreeing, you're like, wait a minute. You're going to get Fiend.
No, we said that in the final episode we did of the 2K19, which also ended extremely early. But we were like, right, we'll do the draft the same next year. And when you said that, I was like, absolutely fine. The Fiend would have picked up the belt already. I'll have the Fiend. And then he went and fucking lost by DQ in a Hell in a Cell match to Seth, and I was like, no, this isn't okay. The Fiend was meant to win here. I'm meant to have him in the draft, and all is dandy. But WWE fucked up the Fiend again, and then had him lose to Goldberg.
And then they didn't give him a rematch.
Yeah. So we don't WWE was generally back then making my life hell. I was like, I don't get to see the Fiend with a belt. I don't get the Fiend in the draft. It's all shit. But nah, and the game was awful as well. Gameplay was so bad.
I think I've got a fun little topic to talk about.
Okay.
Who's your favourite YouTuber apart from me?
Obviously, Keir McGraw. And then it's on the three top ones: Keir McGraw, McGrawtism Memes, and McGrawtism Inc.
Oh, what about Central Promotions? Ah, traitor.
Alright. My favourite YouTubers are Toxic4Gaming_YT and Cadwell5. You know, shout out them as well. But we may as well shout everyone out. That has basically made my career. I say career, I'm sat in my bedroom with a camera that's pointing at me that isn't even turned on, scrolling through Facebook.
Technically until Liam White overtakes Keir McGraw, I still technically made your career.
That is true. And
So
Cadwell5, me and Toxic4 are both on the same number of subscribers. You're on 10 above me, which we could get to, and then Cadwell's on like 250, so that's just not happening. Ever. Nah, hopefully it will, hopefully it will. Hopefully there'll be a time where I can say like I've got a decent... Not that 64 isn't a decent amount of subscribers, because I didn't even think it would get this far. But anyway, what was the question? My favourite YouTuber? At the moment, I'm watching a lot of Tiamat Marduk, Game Riot, and Nepenthez.
My favourite is KSI. He's been my favourite for years now.
I've actually been watching a lot of Zerka recently as well.
Zerka's very similar to Zerka. Who's your least favourite right now? Apart from Jake Paul.
Oh, well, that's not fair. I can't even say Logan, because Logan's absolutely smashing it at the moment.
Yeah, Logan's decent right now.
Actually, can I add another one to actually out-trump all of these at the top of my favourite?
Yeah.
Bambino Becky.
Yeah, she's decent.
My least favourite YouTuber at the moment. I mean, there's no real news going on. I mean, I used to love PewDiePie. I don't anymore. There's a lot of people that I used to watch a lot that I don't anymore. But I wouldn't say they're my least favourite.
What's wrong with PewDiePie?
Absolutely nothing. He's just not putting the content out that I want to watch.
Yeah, he's turned into a commentator.
Yeah.
I mean, I've
least
even
favourite-
I've even stopped watching like James Marriott, Memulus.
Yeah, you
People that.
call me a Tory. James Marriott, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's the Tory of Tories, isn't he?
My least favourite right now is a True Geordie.
Really?
I
I
think
haven't
I've
watched
not,
him in a year or so.
I've not been a massive fan of him since the whole KSI Logan Paul second fight
Mm,
because he was very obviously favouring Logan Paul.
I mean, I can't even
Very
say
obvious.
Morgs is bad anymore because Morgs has plucked up his game.
Well, Morgs knows he's just trash, and if he accepts it, then they can't really make fun of him.
Exactly. And he's just doing it now. Like, oh, the fact that Vic is no longer the most successful YouTuber to come out of Sheffield and that has gone to Morgs is quite depressing.
I mean,
Actually,
George-
Vic's on a fucking charge at the moment. He hasn't he gained like 600k subs since Warzone.
I don't watch Vic.
I don't watch Vic either, but I watch him in the Simon videos.
Yeah.
But
I mean, my main problem with True Geordie is he's just turned arrogant. And like,
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with someone who's like JJ, KSI. He's arrogant, but he's also one of the biggest celebrities in the UK right now.
yeah, yep. Is he arrogant or is he acting up to the camera?
It's a mixture. I think he genuinely is that confident, but obviously he's just putting it on a little bit for the cameras. But that's to annoy people. He does it on purpose.
He does it to get views, is what he does.
I mean, when he threw money at Bambino Becky in the Tinder video,
Oh, that was
and-
funny.
and afterwards he just said, "Oh yeah, you can keep that, by the way. I don't need it."
Yeah,
And
I mean Becky's
KSI
face
doesn't-
lit up.
he doesn't tell of his good deeds. It took Jack May to reveal one of his good deeds. It took someone taking a photograph of him feeding the homeless during COVID for anyone to find out about that.
He doesn't. I don't think he brags about all the good he does, which makes him an even better person. Because he's got the following to be like making a video about me feeding the homeless, where he just does it out of his own goodwill, which makes him a better person. I mean, he's still a prick to the camera, but he's earned the right to do that. And B,
He likes to be the bad guy.
he plays up to the camera, and he always has since 2013. And I don't see what's wrong with that.
My problem with did you watch the knockout, the like kickoff but fighting version of the KSI Logan Paul fight?
Like I said, I haven't watched him in years. I like
Literally,
Lawrence. Like Lawrence is good, but
I don't like Lawrence. I don't. He annoys me. The entire time of the fight, literally, he's just going on about, Logan's definitely winning this. This is a good fight for him. This is a really good fight. Logan's definitely winning this. And you just think, KSI dominated that fight. It wasn't close at all. KSI won by 2 rounds easily.
KSI he had a really bad first round. Really bad first round.
No, it
Oh,
didn't.
wait, was it
are you
the?
on about the first one, the second fight?
I don't know which one. One of them he had a really bad first round and fought back into it. I think that was the first one, wasn't it? Whereas the second one, he came out swinging. I think he won 4 rounds to 2, at least.
The second fight, he won the first 3, then obviously the knockdown happened, but then Logan got 2 points out and 8-8. And
Yeah.
then the 5th round Logan won, then the 6th round I thought it was inconclusive, just giving both the same points on that one.
Yeah, 9-9 on that one,
So it was 57-55 KSI in my opinion. The
mate.
entire time.
When he said like obviously they went from the United. When the referee said Kingdom, did your like this doesn't sound really bad, but did your like hairs stand up? Because I was so excited when he said Kingdom.
I didn't watch it live. I woke up, and what I was like, I'm gonna either wake up to the worst memes possible. I'm going to wake up to good news, and then I saw like the first video was KSI's reaction to split decision win, and I went, yeah,
Mate, oh, the memes after Gibbs fight though. I also stayed up to watch that live.
I predicted that.
I said Gibb wouldn't win. I didn't
yeah,
expect Gibb to be that bad. I thought he was good, but
He's not a good fighter.
he just
really isn't. I don't know why people
swings.
thought he brings pressure, but that's it. He doesn't know how to throw a punch.
No. I mean,
Um,
for all the crab memes as well, that was funny. All the crab memes were so funny. But
I remember the True Geordie thing. He got, I think, obviously Lawrence was there. He got Stephen Tries, got Hugh Wizzy, and he got Rory from Chelsea Fan TV, and he had essentially convinced them all that Logan was winning this fight. And obviously, Hugh Wizzy and Stephen are rooting for KSI because they're his friend. So when it gets announced, Hugh Wizzy and Stephen go mental.
right.
The look on True Geordie and Lawrence's face, you can tell they're annoyed. And then after that, after it was announced, after from saying, "Oh, Logan's definitely winning this fight. This is a really good fight," he just goes, "Yeah, I don't want to see this again. This fight was not entertaining whatsoever. I don't want to see this again. This was terrible. Looking at it." And you just like, he very obviously wanted Logan to win. Very obviously.
He was sucking Logan's dick throughout it. Like, I know that. But
For the Joe Weller KSI fight, he wanted Weller to win. For the first KSI Logan fight, he wanted KSI to win. And for the second fight, he wanted Logan Paul to win.
I backed Weller, I'm not gonna lie. JJ was in. At the time the fight was announced, looking at them, I thought Weller was the better athlete. But obviously Weller had that injury which kind of dampens it, but JJ's transformation was incredible.
It doesn't matter if you're an athlete. Look at Tyson Fury, he's not the most in shape. Look at Andy Ruiz Jr.
Ruiz Jr. that just hit so hard. And that's what you need.
He's short and small, so he's got the speed, but he's also fat, and that gives him the power of someone like Fury's size. He's a nightmare for anyone now, because he knocked out Joshua. Joshua may have beaten him in the decision, but he knocked him out, and that's something he's always going to have over him.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, the heavyweight scene, Fury's fighting Wilder again, Joshua's fighting Kubrat Pulev, Dillian White's fighting Povetkin. There's no room for Andy Ruiz now, and I feel bad.
I don't know why. He should have got push. Like, to knock out AJ. Like, when Fury and AJ fight, which is coming up, Fury's gonna batter him.
Oh yeah.
100%. The last time we spoke about this, I wasn't really into boxing, and I'd only seen a few fights, and I was like, "Oh, AJ's a really good fighter."
Well,
Now getting more into boxing, and obviously filming it, and learning techniques, and like just being in boxing gyms and everything. When I see Fury fight, and when I see AJ fight, Fury will batter him, 100%.
Well, I'm not being funny. For 3 years, I've been telling people Fury is the best heavyweight in the world, and I've been getting laughed at. The whole 2017, I said Fury, he's out, but he's the best heavyweight out there, and people go, haha, no, have a day off.
I didn't know enough to either back you up or defend you or say no. So when boxing was being talked about, I kind of stepped out of it. But
early 2018, when Fury announced his comeback, I was like, the best is coming back. Everyone laughed at me. When he had his first comeback fight and it wasn't the greatest fight, I was like, that's the best heavyweight in the world. And people go, no, he's not. I go, yes, he is. Second comeback fight, dominates him. Not the most exciting fight. That's the best heavyweight in the world. People go, no, he's not.
He won the fight, but yeah.
Not gonna get knocked. He's gonna get knocked out by Wilder. Okay, no, he won't. Fights Wilder. Yes, he gets knocked out, but he rises up like the Undertaker, and should have won that fight. And I still went.
He got knocked down He got
No, he
knocked down.
He was knocked out. He was out, but he got back up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He got knocked out. He got knocked down. He was dazed as hell, and he just popped straight back up, and just went, "Give me more." And I think that affected Wilder's confidence, because he's never had that.
Well, he's only ever had one guy before that go the distance with him, but then in the rematch, he knocked the guy out in the first round.
Yeah.
And when Fury had his first match after the Wilder fight against German Tom Schwartz, people were like, "Oh, it's fine, this guy's not the best heavyweight." I went, "He's the best heavyweight in the world." Then he fights a Swedish guy, gives him a massive cut over his eye. And I was like, "Best heavyweight in the world." They're like, "No, look what he's just done to him, he's been bad." I was like, "No, he's the best heavyweight in the world." When Fury knocked out Deontay Wilder, it's the first time I said he's the best heavyweight in the world, and people gone, yeah, he is.
Like I said, I didn't know his comeback was amazing. Like, the story behind it, I knew that. I knew who he was. I'd like listened to documentaries. I'd read about him, but at the time I wasn't into boxing, so I was like, this guy's great and his comeback story is amazing, but the names that I know, he's not up there. And then 2018 happened, 2019 happened, 2018 happened, and I was like, I was getting a little bit more into boxing, but again, like, not great, wasn't knowledgeable at all. 2019 happened. We started working with boxers in real life, and I was like, I need to learn more. Sat down, watched fights, filmed fights, edited. Been to the gym, went down to the boxing gym, was sparring with my mate Jack. Like, well, I say sparring, like hitting bags with my mate Jack, hitting bags with the lads in the gym, watching. And then now, looking back at it, like, yeah, he always has been one of the best, if not the best heavyweight in the world. He strikes hard, he moves quick for a man of his size. He moves incredibly quick. He blocks it, he gets knocked down, he gets back up, because that's his mentality. Like,
this is, just to interrupt you saying, this is fact. He is the most elusive heavyweight in the world.
Yeah.
And actually, no, of all time, he's more elusive than Muhammad Ali.
Like I said, I'm still not that knowledgeable, so I'll take it. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with him. Yeah, that's my input on this.
There is no agreeing. It's fact. That's what it is. That is pure fact. That the statistics show he is the most elusive heavyweight in the world. He's now the only one. Like the 3 years ago, there was the big three. There was Fury, Joshua, Wilder, all unbeaten heavyweights. And I said at the time, there'll be one left out of them unbeaten, and it will be Tyson Fury. And look at him. Joshua 23-1, Wilder 42-1-1, Fury 30-0-1, no losses.
Yeah.
And it should be 31-0, because that draw should have been a win. Still annoys me to this day. Fury will definitely get a film made about him.
He's already had like a full documentary.
I mean, like a biopic.
Alright, yeah.
And, I mean, he just has to. The story. If he loses to Joshua, it doesn't matter, because he's already won. He's already won in life.
He won't lose to Joshua, though.
I know he won't, but let's say the horrible thing does happen where he does it, because it's the heavyweight division. Anyone can lose.
Anyone can knock anyone out. Yeah, like one slip up or one good punch, you're down, because you're fighting the best of the best.
The reason I don't think he'll get knocked out is because if he can take Wilder's punches, he can definitely take Joshua's punches. The reason I don't think he'll get outpointed is because no one is technically gifted as Fury in the heavyweight division. Maybe Usyk, but Usyk's far too small for Fury.
Yeah.
Because Usyk is a very good fighter in himself. Wilder, not the best ability. Everyone in the top 50 outboxes him, but he just knocked people out apart from Fury. And when he did knock down Fury, it was one of the worst Furies we've seen because of how his body was. He had just lost well over £100. That was his one chance to beat him, and he didn't take it.
Yeah.
But it's glad to finally hear people say, yeah, he's the best heavyweight in the world. It feels good.
The problem is you've always been into boxing. Like, probably since I've known you. You've always enjoyed boxing.
A long period where I was off it.
But you've always enjoyed it, and you've always, like, been knowledgeable about it. Even the times you weren't watching it. Like, you would read up on it and...
I always followed Hay. I always followed Klitschko. I always followed Fury.
Yeah.
They're the main ones. It was really 2016 that I started to gain all the knowledge that I have now of it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, you could ask me most things and I could tell you the answer to them. Like, Fury, I remember someone the other day asked me, can you name me all of his fights in order, and I just gave him it. It's...
Yeah.
I've got good memory. Very good memory, and I've got good knowledge of this sport. Same with MMA and like UFC. Got an insane memory of that as well.
I am getting into UFC at the moment. Only because, to be honest, my mate Jack that we were talking about earlier, the one that does the filming with me, I went round to his house and he was like, oh, I've just started, like, on EA Access UFC 3, I've just downloaded it, and I was like, alright, yeah, cool, like, I know what UFC is and everything, and we started to play UFC, like, together. He batted me the first, like, 5 games, because I had no idea what the controls was, but when I started to learn the controls, I got better at it. Like, within, like, 10 fights, I was beating him. And then I was like, oh my god, this is a really good sport. And it was actually the video game that made me go home and was like, UFC. I have BT Sport. So I watched 4 or 5 pay-per-views with big names that I knew in. Oh, I don't know, it was like a year and a half ago now, but... So the most recent ones from them. And now I've been kind of keeping up with it, but again, UFC is one of those sports that I want to get a better knowledge of.
Well, so you got the current champions right now. You got Stipe Miocic, he's a heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
John Jones, he's going to lose the belt soon. Israel Adesanya, my personal favourite, is middleweight champion. You've got Kamaru Usman, very good fighter, as welterweight. Khabib Nurmagomedov, arguably pound for pound best in the world. As the lightweight champion. Then you got Justin Gaethje as the interim lightweight champion, because Khabib recently, he can't travel because he's in Russia and he's trapped because of COVID, and his dad has just passed away from COVID, so he's not going to be fighting for a little bit.
No.
Featherweight champion got Volkanovski. Bantamweight Peter Yan, or Peter Yan as I pronounce it. He's just won the bantamweight title. And you've got Davison Figueiredo, who's the flyweight champion. There's just so many names now.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people who do MMA. It's not an easy sport to do.
No. I mean, Jack wants to get into it. Like, he's very good at...
He's the skinny ginger one, isn't he?
He is the skinny ginger one, yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't look like someone who would.
He fucking packs a punch. He doesn't look it, but on the bags, he just goes... He goes from this, like, really, really nice, you know, typical ginger, small, fucking, like, bit scrawny, no real muscle on him. Actually, he's gaining muscle now. He's doing well now. But you put him in front of a bag, and something switches. He just becomes a fucking machine.
Yeah,
like, you can't tell. Like you said, like, he's that little ginger one, isn't he? put in front of a bag. You can put him in front of pads, and he's just learnt the back heel kick. And I was like, go on then. Like, if you've been practicing it, show me it. And it's so quick. Because he's so small and he's got such a like a low centre of gravity, he just manages to rotate so quickly.
When I was doing boxing, you know me, as I said earlier, I'm quite a big person.
Yeah, you've always been broad, definitely.
I move
And tall.
deceptively quick for someone of my size.
Yeah.
Apparently, like I move like someone who's about 6 weight classes lower. Like I'm a heavyweight who moves like a welterweight.
But that was the thing with Jack. Like, obviously he's smaller. He's a lot smaller than you. But God, like he actually just throws so quickly. Like it's mad.
In the lower weight classes.
Yeah.
They've got quicker hands.
But they hurt. Like, I remember when we used to do. Actually, I'm not sure if you're a part of it, but predictions on WWE events, and then forfeits for the people that lost.
Yeah.
He got, I think one of them were 5 chops and 5 like punches to the stomach, and at the time I was I was a lot heavier than I was now. I've lost quite a bit of weight. I used to be really fat first year of uni. I put so much weight on. But so I was like, oh, I can handle this. And his 5th punch just dropped me. Like, he did the chops, and the chops were like, fucking hell, they hurt. But I'm used to being chopped now. And his first punch, yeah, but I lose that much. I'm kind of used to chops.
Yeah.
They hurt, but the punches were. I remember it was like, can I do one to the side? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, sure, go on. And then that hurt, and I was like, ooh, if I can deal with that one, I can deal with force to the stomach. No, like, no.
You didn't go for the liver.
Yeah. No, like he wasn't there to hurt me, obviously. But challenge is a challenge, innit? And a forfeit is a forfeit. I mean, we've done some horrible things to each other for forfeits.
I mean, I remember first doing a forfeit. I did my Euros predictions for 2016, and I predicted France to win, and then Portugal won in the final.
Yeah.
But I said I voted for a forfeit, and I got egg. I got egg.
Yeah.
I got pasture. And people don't realise eggs are rocks until
They
break.
really hurt. Especially to the middle of the middle of the head.
Yeah, right on the top he got me, and oh my god, yeah, that hurt. I didn't realise how much that would. I thought it'd be like, I'd just break and just go everywhere, it'd be messy. No, the pain was more. The mess I could bear with. The pain was,
I remember we did fish. Like fish slaps, and oh my god, that hurts. That was only a small fish as well, but it absolutely stunk. But fucking hell, that hurt.
I remember on, formerly Highland, I think, we did a darts game. Whoever got the lowest score would get free slap on the hand from everyone.
Right.
And by the end of the games, our hands will be purple. And it's a really fun game to play, actually. Especially on a night out.
Yeah. We've never had a night out together. That needs to change.
We nearly did, because you went out with Warled and
Waymar, yeah.
Luke messaged me, but I was asleep.
Yeah, that was That was at like 9 o'clock we messaged you as well.
Yeah, I went to bed early because I'm old. There's the only 18-year-old and I'm 19.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 year. Oh, what was it? I had a forfeit that we did in my head. Oh yeah, like one of them at Josh's party. It was whoever lost at beer pong got to make the other person a drink. And if I had, this was the only game of beer pong I've ever lost, right? Did I lose one at uni? I probably did lose one at uni, but this was like, I very good at beer pong, but every other member of my team kept missing, and I was like, mate, I'm carrying this team. And we got down to one each, and they got it, and I was like, for fuck's sake, I've literally carried this team. I've hit like 7 out of the 8 we've got. Yeah, and anyway, they ended up making a cocktail. It was fucking revolting. And we had to do a shot of this cocktail.
I remember for that egg forfeit afterwards, I said I'm going to do an extra one, and BP Phoenix made me 3 shots of whatever it was. One of them was yogurt and vinegar mixed together.
Yeah.
Another one was Jack Daniels and what was it? I think it was Frube. And then the final one was lemonade mixed with apple tango, and then he added loads of salt into it.
See, lemonade and apple tango sounds pretty nice, but obviously the salt, yeah, is not great.
And I remember I couldn't do 2 of them. I did the Jack Daniels and the fruit one,
Yeah.
and that nearly made me sick. And then I smelt the one with the vinegar in it. I was like, I can't do it. And that's what caused me to get egged, I think.
Right.
I think I had to do another egg. I had to do a second egg, and that was a nightmare.
Yeah.
That hurt again. But better than throwing up.
That is true.
Well, we'll check if there's any more questions. If not,
Algeria, Angola. He's literally went on Google and copied that, hasn't he? Zimbabwe, Algeria, Angola, Benin, Botswana, Burkina Faso, Brunei, Cameroon, Cape Verde. African countries, Drew, that is, mate. We have no people watching, so
I feel like this is a good place to call the first episode.
this is probably a lot longer than we expected, actually. I expected like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's what I was expecting.
Not 3.5, which I think it's turned out to be.
Yeah, enough.
But, you know. Anyway, thank you for watching the Locking It Down podcast with me, Liam, and
McGraw Inc., also known as Kate McGraw.
Kian McGrawtism, Mick McGrawtism memes, and Sinsel Promotions.
No, quite a few now.
All 4 of them. I'm quite easy. This is my only channel, so click that subscribe button. We'll drop links for Kian after this video has gone live, because it takes time to render because it's a YouTube stream. But after that, I'll edit the description, put Kian's link in it. Which link do you actually want in it?
What do you mean?
What channel link do you want in it?
Oh, McGraw Inc.
Okay, cool. You'll have to send me the URL over. But yeah, thank you all very much for listening and watching this screen of F1 for 3.5 hours. Also,
Have you not been playing?
I haven't been playing at all. I didn't even do a single race.
Mate, I got too much into the talking.
I've been playing Rocket League more than you've been. Do you know what I've been doing for the past hour? I've been watching oddly satisfying videos for 1 hour.
Have you?
Yeah, to try and like keep me active.
I'm not gonna lie, I was messaging people and checking my emails, but I did nothing on this. Yeah, very professional. But you didn't know that because all we've been doing is talking. Anyway, this intro's gone. This outro, sorry, has gone not where I thought it was gonna go. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a brilliant night if you're watching this live. If you're watching it in the morning, hope you have a brilliant day. And thank you for sitting for 3.5 hours of me and Kian talking about life. Any final words, mate, before I end it?
Sub to Mother Autism Inc.
Subscribe to McCourt.
That'll make an autistic man very happy.
It would. Anyway, sub to McGrawtism Inc.